That's what happens on days like today. Days like today, all of a sudden the weather changes and you're fucking sweating and you're like, what the hell's going on? And then tomorrow it'll be 10 degrees and you'll be cold again and you're going, oh shit, I just got used to the hot.
And transitioning from the car to the house to the gym or whatever it is, it's like I'm always taking something on, putting something,
That's why I don't think I could do Florida year round.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it.
I'm not a big I can't do the humidity in Florida.
When I filmed Flex down in Florida, I remember I filmed him all day. I was sweating my ass off. And then at night, it was probably about 9, 10 o'clock at night. I said to him, do you mind if I go train? Because I was done at his house.
Yeah.
He had to drop me off at the hotel, and the hotel was a 15-minute walk from his gym in the warehouse. Shit. So I said, do you mind if I go train? He goes, fuck yeah, let's go. Drives me over there. Drops me off, literally walks me into. It was the coolest shit in the world. I felt
like a boss.
Dude, I felt like such a badass, bro. Drops me off. We walk into the warehouse, turns the lights on. He literally goes like this. He goes, sound system is right there. He goes, hook up a Bluetooth. Shit. He goes, listen to whatever the fuck you want, blast it, doesn't matter. He goes, obviously you know where the weights are. He said, supplement, he had from every company, not even the ones he was sponsored by. He goes, supplement stacks are over there. Take whatever you want. He goes, when you leave, lights, lock the door, fuck shit up. And he just walks out. Gives me a peace sign, just walks out.
That's my dream to have a gym like that. That was like always like my no matter how much money I had, rich, famous, any businesses, my own private gym. That's always what I wanted.
It's the gym model's an interesting one, and I'm sure you could elaborate on it, being that you've been to a bunch of different gyms and you've had part ownerships in a bunch of them and whatnot.
I ran a bunch of them.
A lot of people tell me, they're like, Nick, you love fitness. Would you ever want to go in on a gym with me as a second business? And I'm always hesitant because I would love to, because I love gym equipment and I love setting these things up and making it your own and it's fun and this and that. But then on the business side of things, from my understanding, is gyms are mostly a failing business to a degree. Like, you don't make money on them.
You know what? You can make a lot of money in a gym, but the problem is for people like us, we want it our way, and that model's not a money-making model.
And so what would be the money-making model?
The money-making model is appeal to everyone. Appeal to the people that annoy us the most when we're in the gym. The ones that get in your way, that don't know how to use the equipment, that ask a million questions. Those are the ones that spend the money. They're the ones that buy PT. They're the ones that always want a trainer or, supplements or shakes, and they'll spend money to get better, where people like us walk in there, we know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
We don't want help. We don't want education. We don't want supplements. We have our own bags full of stuff. And bodybuilders don't make money, inside a gym. So it's the everyday person. But for people like us that want to open our own gym, we want a bodybuilder gym.
Yeah.
We want a gym that's going to be hardcore, that's going to be, a Bev's type of atmosphere. Without the name behind it, you're not going to have that following. All you're going to do is have some hardcore gym rats. They're going to come in there, fuck shit up, leave, and you'll be lucky if they pay their memberships.
Well, that's the thing. You know what? Now Bev's is $510 a year.
Yeah.
So what, you get $510 a year. You go there and that's it. You get that. He gets that one lump sum payment and that's it. Now with that one lump sum payment from one member, he's got to fund the gym for the next year.
Exactly.
It mentally, as a business person, you think about that and it really, you go, oh shit, you know what? You're right. The only way that he'd be really making money is if he did monthly memberships.
Yeah.
So where he gets the people on $79 a month and that type of a figure, because then at least you have that recurring income.
Yeah, and you have to commit to a contract, obviously. Like at Gold's where I'm at now, they have a shake bar that can do 15, 20 grand a month. They have a PT department that's not, I love the guys there. They're not, anything out of the ordinary, and they'll do 20 grand a month. It's those supplemental incomes that'll come in once a month that like supplement that membership income. Not to mention the hidden once a year, enhancement fees or whatever it is, that $49.99 or $59.99 times 4,000 or 5,000 members. It's a huge chunk of money the gyms get once a year. And that's primarily, they put some of that money back into the gym. That's a huge profit margin for them.
Yeah, but how many put it back into the gym? Because they don't want to. Right. They'd rather just put the Band-Aids on some of the equipment and this and that.
That's why they went from calling it like a maintenance fee to an enhancement fee, because people want to see where that maintenance money's going. And if they can't prove that, you get a lot of complaints.
Well, especially after COVID. After COVID, everyone started buying their own at-home gym equipment. I know. And I bought a ton. I don't know, but you had spots to train at, so you were good. But like as far as for me in my area, it was tough because I didn't want to ask Steve to go work out there. I didn't want to, because I'm sure you had those guys.
Yeah,
you had 1,000,001 of those guys hitting you up. Hey, could I train? Could I train?
Oh, of course.
And just take it easy. I haven't heard from you in 3 years, and all of a sudden now you want to use my facilities.
People reaching out to my girlfriend saying, "Hey, I heard your man has a gym that's on the low. Can I get out there and train?" And she's like, "I don't even know this person that's reaching out to me to reach out to you."
No, no, we're not gonna just let you in.
And it got I mean, you were out there a few times. It got like packed out of
Oh,
control.
it was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was packed. But you know, the crazy thing to me was like there was no outbreak.
No.
How did that happen?
Exactly.
It's weird, right? No
We
outbreak.
had no, honestly, the only time we started getting COVID in the gym is when it was actually subsiding and the gyms were open. And we had a few cases here and there. The whole pandemic that we had the gym open, no cases of COVID.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking
Makes you
wild.
think.
Yeah. But like during that whole time, I didn't want to hit Steve up. I know he had all that shit going on, and you guys were so far from me.
Yeah.
That So I wound up buying a Rogue rack for the garage. I bought a couple of barbells from Rogue. I bought a Sorinex power bar. I got about 500 pounds worth of steel plates.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, no, it's like the calibrated
Even the
powerlifting
plates,
plates.
those were going up. Those were like $2 a pound.
Yeah, I saw the deals and I said, you know what, fuck it, let me get it now. And I got the assault bike, I got kettlebells, and I got the Cadillac bar from Kabuki.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler and my boy Gabe bought it for me for my birthday because I was having them train.
Right.
We're doing fucking walking lunches in the middle of my development, like walking down the street and shit
Well,
like
you know
that.
what? That's like, if you look back at the physiques in the 70s and early 80s, there wasn't a ton of machines. It was all free weight shit, and you could build a great physique.
You can.
It's just, it's not as convenient, but it's doable.
Yeah, it's tough when I'm doing the meadow shit because he wants you to do all the machines and whatnot. So I tried to supplement it when I could. So when the gyms open back up, I obviously still have that stuff in my garage. My mom said, because I'm looking at apartments now, my mom said, what are you going to bring the gym with you? And I'm like, no, it's a 2-bedroom apartment I'm looking at. I can't bring the gym with me. I said, that's an investment that I'm looking at when I get a house.
Right.
And then I can really outfit it with a lot of great equipment.
Exactly. All the supplemental stuff that you want to just add in there that you like personally.
Exactly. Leg press,
Big
hamstring
Al.
curls.
Al, my own.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Fuck
all.
yeah.
I mean, his home gym is insane. He
Oh,
has,
really?
Like,
I didn't know he had
arsenal
one.
equipment. Oh, his whole basement's outfitted out. He actually, he had to, like, I think, like, curb his expansion of it a little bit because his kids needed a spot. But he was saying, he goes, I just went all out. And arsenal, high end. I think he has some hoist stuff down there, but it's sick.
That's dope.
Sick.
That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
I do love going to the gyms, but when I go to Bev's, especially at night, it's tough, man, because everybody wants to talk to me. And it's not that I don't want to talk to everybody.
Right.
I'm excited to see everybody. If I was a guy that didn't have friends and I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and nobody liked me, and I'd be a little bit more upset. Like, I'm happy that people want to talk to me, but it's like, okay, it's 6:00 at night. I got to get this.
I got to have a couple of hours to get everything done.
Yeah, I got this. I got to get this shit going. I just dropped the dog off. I got editing to do. I got to get podcast clips out. Like there's a million and one things to do. So I'm here to just fuck shit up and go. So that's actually what I liked about the home gym. I liked that I went downstairs, did what I wanted to do, did what I had to do, and then walked right back upstairs and right into my post workout meal and just shower and chill.
That's how I have it. Like for my cardio, I bought a treadmill, so it's in my spare bedroom. But
did you get a Peloton one or did you get a regular, just a basic ass
I
one?
got this like when I used to compete, like 2013, 14. Okay. It's old. It's like a Soul,
It's seen some miles.
Yeah, dude. But I just wake up, walk across the hall. I leave my shit hanging on it, put on my sweatpants, my sneakers, whatever. Do my hour of cardio, throw my shit in the hamper, walk back across the hall, take a shower, and I'm good.
How nice is that?
It's the most convenient thing in the world. No one wants to get up and drive 15 minutes to the gym at 6:00 in the morning and do cardio.
It's so unmotivating.
And believe me, listen, to all my clients out there, I tell you to do it, and you have to do it. But if you could do it at home, it's a million times more easy.
Yeah, it's an easier thing. I was looking at the fuck are they? The assault treadmill.
Yeah,
I was looking at those, but for another $3,500, $3,000, I can't stomach it.
No.
I can't stomach it because I want to start running. I bought a running belt for Kenji and I for when it gets a little bit nicer out.
Yeah.
So I can start doing some shit around the track.
You could probably find something too. I mean, like you said, all the people that bought all that home gym equipment a year or two ago, now those treadmills are probably like clothes hangers and stuff in their spare bedrooms.
Oh, yeah.
So you can get something cheap that someone wants to get rid of.
Yeah, I belong to the groups on Reddit.
Okay.
And a couple of the Facebook groups of everybody building and outfitting out their gyms.
Yeah.
And what we had to do was Rogue would sell out so quickly with their gear. So the plates would go up or the barbells would go up for sale, and people had robots that would buy them, kind of like they do with the PS5s and the Xboxes. They would snatch everything up. So then we're sitting there with our dicks in our hands, like, oh great, that sucks.
And they sell them on secondary market.
And they sell them for extra price and whatnot. They price gouge. So there was this dude for a while that made this tracking bot, and what it would do is you would put in the code of the item that you wanted from Rogue.
Right.
You'd put it into the bot, and then all of a sudden, the second that it would be checking 24/7.
Holy shit.
So the second that it would go in stock, you'd get a Facebook message from the bot saying, in stock, follow the link. You'd follow the link, and then you'd be able to buy it.
Oh, wow.
So it was cool. And then I think Rogue figured it out, and they shut it down. They shut down the outside tracking abilities.
Damn.
So, but
I mean, Rogue makes the best, I would say the best home gym equipment, hands down.
I would say that I agree. Them and Sorinex.
I never use that.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorenex. I'll show you some Sorenex. I'll show you a Sorenex rack. Sorenex has some nice shit, man. They do a lot of the collegiate racks,
Okay.
and they outfit the entire schools. They do some bigger ones, and then during October they have Squattober. So they do an all squat based.
Oh shit.
Yes. Squattober. They do an all squat based program in October, and then they have Deadcember, where they do deadlifting. Yeah. It's
pretty
cool.
dope.
No, I love them. They're a cool company. You've probably seen their logo. You don't even know it. It's the American flag mustache.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Let's see. Racks. I don't know. Just show me something.
It's crazy the market that's out there right there for all that stuff.
They're definitely more expensive than Rogue, but they make some.
Oh wow.
Oh no, they make some heavy duty shit.
Damn. My boy Mike has something like this, but it's from Rogue. It has like a pit shark. It has all types of like different attachments. He has like I think dumbbells up to 65 or maybe 85, but it's a perfect home gym.
That was the other thing. Dumbbells. Dumbbells are crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Dumbbells are crazy. Yeah. Price. I was looking at the pricing of dumbbells because I'm sitting there going, I want to be able to justify it. I may not have all the space for it. Maybe I go up by 10s instead of 5s and this and that.
Yeah.
You were in like $5,000-$6,000 range.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy.
But it makes you appreciate the gyms that you go to because of how much they spent
on it. Exactly.
I mean, dude, the old metal dumbbells that Steve has at Bev's.
Oh yeah, I love those.
They were like 160s, 180s, and 200s. I mean, what the fuck are those going for a pair?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, it's honestly though, I'd be surprised if they were as high because not that many people can use them.
Yes, yeah.
I wonder what the demand is for weight that high. Like, I mean, I haven't pushed weight like that since I was probably in my 20s or like early 30s. But it's very rare, at least maybe at Bev's, but at a smaller gym, you see people go that crazy.
Yeah, I definitely don't see people dust them off a lot. No. I use them a lot. Yeah. I use them for rows.
Right.
So I hit dumbbell rows with those for I'll usually do like sets of 6 or 8.
Yeah.
And then if I'm feeling really good, I'll jump to the 200s and feel like a complete animal. I can't do without the wraps, I can't get it up.
Oh, no.
I can't get up without the wraps. My friend was doing it with us and he had the liquid chalk.
Right.
And he was rowing the 160s with it. I'm like, dude, your grip must be crazy.
When I was younger, I was pretty good. The heaviest I could handle without a wrap was 170. But like Profit or it was Deer Park Golds at the time, they had 180s and 200s.
Yep.
But I couldn't even pick those up without a wrap.
I belonged to that when it was Deer Park
Me
Golds.
too. That was my first. I was 21 years old. I signed up.
24 hours. I was training. That's when I was getting ready for. It was gonna be my 3rd show, and I was working at Apple during the day, and I was going there at night, around 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
On 30 grams of carbs, deadlifting. That's when I was doing deadlifting 3 to 4 times a week.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. The coach that I was working with, the doctor down in Florida, he had me doing tons of compounds, but I was also doing 30 minutes of cardio a week.
That's
and
it?
I was diced.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Didn't take anything. Didn't do anything. Yo, dude, it was crazy. Didn't take anything.
Shit.
Didn't do anything. And we started transitioning the diet to more keto.
Yeah.
And it just, dude, it diced me up. And I felt great, but I was doing a ton of compound movements.
Yeah.
I was pulling, what was I pulling on deadlifts? I was pulling almost 500. And I was 180 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I felt good, man. That's what I'm trying to get back to, but I have to actually start doing cardio again.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah.
Holy, how long ago was that?
That was in 2015.
Oh wow.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's been a while since my abs poked out.
If you notice, all my posts lately are throwbacks.
But you always look good. You always have good shape, and
I keep it decent. But I'm 40 now, and I don't pretend that I can do what I used to do.
Do you hear him lying on my show like that? Do you hear this fucking guy lying, saying he's 40?
40 years old, man.
How do you feel though?
I feel
honestly,
mentally, I feel better than I do physically. If that makes any sense. Like my body's beat up. Obviously, I was a union electrician for 16 years. That put a lot of stress on my body. Just constantly pounding whatever it was I was doing at the job every day while still trying to train, while still trying to compete. And of course, I made the mistake that everyone makes when they're younger. I wanted to go out. I wanted to drink. I wanted to, hang out with my girlfriend. And I would get 2-3 hours of sleep, work a 7-8 hour day doing construction, then go to the gym for 2 hours and do it all over again. And after years and years, it just caught up with my body. Obviously I tore both my quads, I had surgery, tore both my triceps, I had surgery. So after those surgeries and recovering and coming back, physically, just as much as my mental game is still there, I know physically I'll push, and then I'll get hurt.
Yeah.
So I have to dial it back. And it's hard to curb your own mental state when you want to do more than your body's allowing you to do. It's like a tough pill to swallow, to sit back and say, my mind says I can do this, but I know my body won't respond.
It's a lot of guys when they come back from injuries.
Yeah.
A lot of guys when they come back from injuries, and even dudes that used to compete and they used to push heavy shit, and they come in and they can only maybe do the 50s now or the 60s, and they feel less adequate because their body won't allow them to go to that next level anymore.
It's definitely a mental, it's a tough, like I said, tough mental pill when you're mentally stronger than you are physically. It's usually the other way around. Usually people can get their mind right, find their motivation, get their drive going, and those people are the ones that usually have the physical gifts to do it. It's just hard for them to get motivated. The person that has all the motivation to physically not be able to do it, that's just like a kick in the dick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's tough. I actually wanted to ask you about the recoveries. So what injuries occurred first?
The first thing I ever did was tear my right tricep. And again,
was it an ego lift? Was it just
it wasn't lifting. It was me being drunk fighting in Miami.
Oh, Jesus.
I was just getting ready to start prep for the Atlantic States.
And this is how long ago?
2012.
Okay.
So I had won the Long Island in 2011. I took second at the Atlantic States in the heavies in 2011. And then I was like, all right, you know what? I know what I need to do. I know what I need to work on. Put on a lot of size in the off season. I was just getting ready to start my prep again for the Atlantic States. Went to Miami, got into an argument with some kid. One thing led to another. Got into a fight. Tore my tricep.
And you tore it on a punch, or you just tore it like, damn, bro.
And that recovery, because it was my first injury, mentally, I think it probably wasn't as bad as I made it out to be, but because it was the first injury I ever had, I was devastated.
Oh, yeah.
Getting ready to start a prep, feeling myself, coming off a great 2011 competitive season, and then having to be sidelined all 2012. And then got back in the game in end of 2012, beginning of 2013, prepped, wound up doing the Easterns, placed, I think, 6th in the heavies. That was the year, like, God rest his peace, but George the Bull was in that show, a lot of good guys. Nick Medici, they were all in the top 5.
Nick's making a comeback.
I know. I was actually helping him for a little while last year.
I love Nick.
Yeah, great dude.
Oh God, I love when I see him at Bev's at
Yeah.
night.
Great guy.
He's gonna hop on before the next show. He's gonna hop on and talk about everything. And
Good. I mean,
he's the shit, man.
yeah.
I saw him and Mazzotti training the other night. I said, holy shit, is this 2012 right now? 2013?
Yeah, and that's what it was, 2013. So all those guys were in the top 5. I missed that, and I realized, I'm like, you know what? I'm 6 foot, a little over. I weigh 217, 18 pounds, and these guys are all 5'8", 5'9", 220, 225, just making the cap. I was like, I have to put on more size, So I 888, grew, got to about 260 in 2014, and I was like, all right, I feel like I'm good. Fell on the job, tore my quad.
On the job?
Yeah.
How'd you fall?
I was trying to bend a piece of pipe. It's weird. Like I had like a hand pipe bender, and I was on top of a roof in the Verizon building over in Garden City, and I was just trying to bend, light and easy, put like a 90-degree bend in a piece of pipe, and the shoe of the bender slipped off, and I stepped backwards, and my leg buckled the wrong way.
Really?
Yeah. I was about, like I said, 260, probably had on, 20 pounds of tools and work boots and everything.
So it was all the weight on top of you.
Just on one leg on a bad little, and my knees weren't the best to begin with. I'm sure I had a lot of like cartilage damage and tendon damage just from squatting heavy. I was that kid with chicken legs growing up. So I was like, I got to squat 3 days a week and, as heavy as I can and whatever. Never wrapped my knees because I thought that was like pussy shit back then. So as I got older, it just had the wear and tear. So that was a horrible surgery,
What is a recovery like from a quad tear? Because I'm asking because there was a kid actually at Bev's.
Nick Lane.
The cop.
Yeah.
You heard about it?
He called me as soon as he did it.
Oh, I was there with him.
Oh, really?
What was the injury?
He tore his quad.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. He called me his second he did it while he was waiting for the ambulance.
I was there with him. I was waiting with the ambulance with him.
Yeah.
I picked him up off the hack squat.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's been my client for the past like 6-7 years.
Bro, he went down, came back up from what I heard from George Leos. Came down, went back up, second one, like he said, like a pop as if he was cracking his knuckles, and he went right, the sled went right down.
Yep.
So
when I did it the first time, I thought I broke my leg.
There was no bruising on his quad though.
Not immediately, no, but the next couple of days is probably horrible now.
Really?
Yeah. Mine, I thought I dislocated my kneecap because I tore actually my patella tendon the first time. So my kneecap shot up on my quad. And the ambulance came. I was on the job, so they took me to the hospital, and the guy's like, oh, I think you just dislocated your kneecap, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're playing around with my leg, and I had no movement from the knee down. I couldn't lift my leg up. I couldn't bend my knee. Got MRI the next day. The surgeon was like, this is bad. So I had surgery done, repaired the tendons, And I was in a full leg cast for 6 weeks before I was even allowed to bend my knee because the tendon, he said it was like mop ends. It just exploded like this. And they had to fold it all back together, anchor it in, suture it all together. They used like a piece of like mesh to like go over the tendon on top of that just to reinforce it.
Sometimes they use mesh with stem cells.
Oh, shit.
There's a lot. I've heard of that from a couple of different doctors. They use actually like a mesh technique with stem cells.
I wish I would have got that.
And it heals the whole area and rejuvenates the area that it's going into.
I had like PRP from, just like the platelet-rich plasma, which I don't know how well it healed it or whatever, but it was a long, grueling process. And then to watch your leg shrivel up to the size of your arm.
And how quick? And I mean, it was over a couple months.
Yeah.
And you said you had the cast on for how long?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks in the cast, and then I was another like 6 or 8 weeks in a brace. And then I started getting a little bit of range of motion each week, bending at 10 degrees, trying to get that mobility back. Because after being straight for 6 weeks,
oh yeah,
your leg doesn't want to move.
Yeah, and what did it feel like almost like the Tin Man, like you needed oil, right?
It just felt like the worst stretch you could ever imagine. Where like, if you don't do it in a gradual way, it would have just tore again.
Damn,
it was bad. That one was bad. The second time I tore my quad, it wasn't as bad.
Same leg or different?
Different leg.
Damn, bro.
And that was, again, overcompensating, dealing with the one leg being torn. I'm like, whatever. You know what? I'm going to get up and I'm hopping around on my right leg, doing everything with my right leg, pushing. Maybe more active than I should have been. And that right knee started to get a little tendonitis, started to get a little inflammation, a little swelling, a little pain.
Almost like indicators that something was going to happen.
And then it just, 6 months passed, a year passed. I'm into the next year now. I'm back at work. I'm doing my electrical work. Everything's fine. Making a ton of money. Best job, blah, blah, blah. And my left leg, just still not being so stable, slipped on a ladder, and my right leg took the brunt of my fall, and that quad popped.
And you felt it instantly?
Instantly. But because I knew what it was, I wasn't so scared. You know what I'm saying? Like it was
more angry?
Yes. I'm like, you got it. Like it was almost like getting out of prison, enjoying your life for the first time.
10 minutes.
Right, and then right back in.
10 minutes and they go,
like,
you know what?
Are you kidding me?
We forgot.
We made a mistake. You're really not supposed to be released for another 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a fucking joke. I got to go through this whole shit again. And I called my surgeon and he's like, you got to be fucking kidding me. He goes, is it the same leg? I said, no, I did the other one. He goes, you're an idiot. Like literally he was talking to me like he was my parent. I'd just been dealing with this guy for a year and a half, rehabbing the one leg, seeing all these visits. And he's like, I can't fucking believe you did the other one. So I had to go back into the surgery, repair.
Same thing.
Yep, rehab.
Cast.
Yeah. And of course, Camp was taking care of me the whole time. So
love my Camp,
awesome
man.
guy. And John, actually that's the first time I met John when I tore my quad the second time.
John
Amato.
Oh, Amato. That's right. Yes.
So, the two of them put me through the extensive rehab again, and they actually got me back in the game relatively quick. I had a good mental state this time. I wasn't like, depressed laying on the couch like I was the first time.
Dude, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. It weighs on you heavy. When you don't feel well, everything else is just kind of not in sync, man.
Especially with a leg injury because I was on crutches. So you want to feed yourself. You're in the house. You got to like hobble with crutches to the refrigerator, try to hold shit, hobble to the microwave to heat it up, hobble to the table.
Feel helpless.
Yeah.
You feel helpless.
You can't shower. I was in wrapping a garbage bag around my leg, sticking my leg out of the shower to try to shower. When I did my right leg, I couldn't drive. I was completely dependent on my girlfriend at the time, and it was a fucking nightmare. Yeah. Nightmare.
That's how I was feeling with the neurological shit I had going on over the last summer.
Yeah.
For me, I couldn't explain what it felt like.
Right.
So every time my mom asked me or somebody asked me, like, what are you feeling? I can't explain it.
And that's hard because you don't have answers.
Yeah, I said it almost feels like I'm stepping through the floor and my body is jolting with every step. I can't explain what it is. And I've been good now. I think taking caffeine out and just everything in total. I was already off caffeine for almost a year before when that was happening. But yeah, it's just when you don't feel well, you just feel like shit all over.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to put your good face on and sit there and go, wow, life is great.
You know what? Especially when you identify as an athlete or a bodybuilder, and that one thing that you identified with your whole life is like, even if it's a temporary time taken away from you, then it's like, all right, now who am I? I can't train. I can't like post health and fitness and promote myself the way I want because I'm not living that lifestyle right now.
Gaining weight. I'm getting out of shape.
And I'm watching everyone else do all the things that I want to do. And now I'm salty because I can't do it. So I don't even want to be a part of that life. Like, I don't want to scroll and see people training and see their videos and their pictures because it makes me jealous.
Oh, well, that's Instagram as a whole.
Yeah.
We talk about this a lot with different guests and whatnot, and it's always the same. Everyone's got the same thought process on social media and Instagram. Like, there's a lot of good, but I think the bad outweighs the good.
Right.
And
I agree.
And it's almost when someone posts when they're at the club, and we're all guilty of it, when someone posts when they're at the club or the food that they're eating and this and that, it's almost, even if somebody doesn't want to do that stuff, it's almost a sense of missing out on it. It's FOMO.
100%.
You're sitting there going, damn, like I'm sitting at home, I'm not doing stuff. There are plenty of weekends where I don't go out on a Friday night, Saturday night. I'm a single guy for most of my years. I've just been single. It's just always how I've been. So for me, it's like, well, you should go out, you should find some girls, this and that, blah, blah. And then I don't go out. And then I see a group of guys that I know, and they're around a bunch of girls at a club or something like that. And I'm just going, you fuck up? Should you have gone out? And it's just always that second guessing. It's like, nah, man, you got work tomorrow. You're doing things. Like, everything works out for you.
That's how I always feel, especially with social media around, like, you know, whether it's New Year's Eve or Halloween or any kind of holiday, 4th of July, Labor Day. And I'm like, dude, I don't feel like being around the crowds. I'm 40 years old. I'm not going to a bar or a club on like Memorial Day weekend anymore. And then you start watching everyone doing it, and I'm like, shit, that looks kind of fun.
Should I have done that shit? Yeah, man. Oh, you know, you think every year, Halloween you brought up. So for me, Halloween, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care about Halloween.
Neither do I.
I don't dress up.
I've never dressed up, ever.
You know what I've done the last like 5 years when I go to a buddy's house for Halloween? He goes, what are you going to be this year? Because he loves getting dressed up. I go, what are the 2 uniforms I have from when I worked in retail? I'm either going to be a Best Buy associate or I'm going to be an Apple associate. Or I'll be an out-of-shape bodybuilder. I could be any of those. Yeah. And every day, oh, you're no fun. You're no fun. I go, I don't know. I don't see the fun in it. Spending money on the outfit, going out, getting trashed. Like, okay, like what is?
I'm the same.
Where's
way,
the benefit for me? Like, where do I get better from it? I know you have at some point you have to let your shoulders down a little bit and relax and enjoy your life a little bit, but I've never been the guy to do drugs. I don't like to feel out of control. Yeah. So, you know, getting hammered isn't an option for me anymore. The couple of years that I did it in my mid-20s, that was more than enough for me.
Right.
You know, I like having a drink.
Yeah, me too.
I like going to a nice restaurant, having a drink, and chilling out.
That's my night out.
That's
a nice
enjoyment.
Dinner, maybe hang out at the bar before your reservation, have a drink, sit down, have a nice meal, maybe go back to the bar, have an after dinner drink, whatever it is, and then go home.
That's it. And that's fun to me. But things that I wouldn't necessarily consider fun, like a Halloween party with a ton of people in costume and everyone getting fucking crazy. You sit there and you're watching it on Instagram and you go, oh, I kind of like that. Or or Friendsgiving.
Yep.
When it comes around, you're like, oh, this is so stupid. I'm doing regular Thanksgiving. And then you see the Friendsgiving, you're like, you know, it'd be kind of fun to sit there and everyone hanging out together. But
and it's easy, you know, I always tell my girlfriend this too, like it's easy to look at all the good things and you don't see the 90 terrible things of that day. All you see is the 10 good things that somebody posted, and it creates that sense of missing out. Meanwhile, you don't know that, you know, their Uber was terrible. Someone got caught in the rain. You know, this one got robbed. This one threw up all over themselves, because nobody shows that.
No, of course not.
They just show like the group photo of everyone having a great time.
It's the highlight reel of everything. That's what Instagram is. It's the highlight reel of everything that's amazing.
But you know what? It's funny you say that too, because I always call Instagram the highlight reel of life. But every once in a while, I like to look at my own highlight reel. Anytime I'm feeling like, damn, like, again, depressed, missing out, things I didn't do, you know, this guy's killing it, that guy has so many clients, this guy just got a new house. You know, you go back on your Instagram and you watch some of this shit and you're like, oh, I forgot I did that.
Your little victories.
Right. I'm like, you know what? I forgot, like, you know, about that show, or that time that this client won the overall, or, you know, I got this new car, or whatever it is. You know, you go back on all that and you're like, you know what? It is a highlight reel, but those are all real things that I did. And I should appreciate them, because even though there was a lot of shit in between them, I still did all those cool things. I still went to those cool places. I still took that vacation, whatever it was. And like that little self-reflection and appreciation of all those things that you actually have done kind of gets you out of that sense of maybe I'm missing out, or maybe this isn't, you know, the right thing, or whatever it is. So that's what I like to do every once in a while, you know, just sit back and look at my life through someone else's eyes, how they're looking at me through what I post on social media and what they maybe think of me. And I know what my life is really like. I'm like, damn, if I think that of them, their life is probably just the same as mine.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. You got to have that balance. Yeah. You got to have that mental clarity where you understand that, you know, you can't compare yourself. I heard you say, like, thinking of other trainers that are killing it and have a ton of clients and this and that. It's very easy for me with other videographers. And how did he get that client, or how's he doing that? And You have to just be able to sit back and go, damn, I'm doing some amazing shit on my own.
Right.
My path is my path. Just because they're posting it on social media, they've worked hard on their own shit. You're working hard on your own shit. You got to just appreciate it for what it is.
Exactly, and appreciate what you've done. Like I'll never forget, when I did the Atlantic States, I just won the Long Island, and I was, feeling good about myself, and I'm like, you know what, like, wow, I could really do this. Like, I just won an overall, my first show ever. Not that it was anything super, but it was something for me.
No, that's huge, and I'm sure the feeling was monumental for you.
Amazing, best feeling I've ever had. Most accomplished, most proud moment. My parents there, my friends, whatever. It's right in Long Island, obviously, so it was close to me. Not like I was going to Jersey or wherever upstate.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And then waiting
Right.
19 hours just to get your award and
then
get the food.
Right, exactly. And then being at the Atlantic States, there was like 15 heavyweights in my class. And I'm looking around, and I thought every single person was better than me. And I'm like, shit, man, that guy's huge. That guy's ripped. Fuck, man, like I'm probably going to get killed. Then we did prejudging. I wound up getting first call out, in the mix for the top 2 or 3 or whatever. And we're sitting back for the night show, and I'll never forget, Jay Cutler was guest posing, and it was just the heavyweights, super heavyweights, and Jay Cutler backstage. And like Max Charles, Nick Strigili, Phil Viz, like they were all in the show. It was a great show. We're all hanging out back there, and then we start talking. And the way I felt about everyone else is exactly the way they felt about me. They're like, yo, that's the kid that just won the Long Island. He's fucking ripped. He's jacked. He took his shit off. And I was like, fuck, I have no chance. Meanwhile, I'm looking at them the exact same way. And it put it in perspective, like, damn, like this kid's afraid of me the same way I'm afraid of him. We're all on equal footing. It's just how we perceive each other. That's the difference.
Yeah.
There are people there with so much confidence that are like, fuck everyone in this room. Nobody can touch me. And then there are people that are like, damn, I don't know how good I am.
Did you compete against Dre?
Yeah, right? Exactly. But that air of confidence is something I never had until I started to say, wait, you know what? I'm no different than that guy. I put the hours in the gym. I did my cardio. My physique is just as good as his. It's how I look at myself versus how I look at them. And why should I look at them as better than me?
Yeah, I've always had a mixed confidence like that too. Second guessing is very easy for me to do. There's a lot of times where I sit there and I kind of go, oh, should you?
I was nervous to talk to you.
Oh, get the hell
I've
outta
known you
here.
for fucking 5-6 years.
No
and I'm
way.
like, you know what? He's had all these great guests on the show. They've all been so accomplished. They have so many followers. Like, they're such, pillars in the social media world. And I'm like, who the fuck am I?
I'll tell you who you are. You're a guy that has had a lot of life experience with not only business, but the fitness industry, clients, and just dealing with everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I tell everybody all the time. That's what I want on the show.
That came with age.
Dude, listen, but there's a lot of people that tell me, "Oh, I'd love to come on your show, but I'm not well known. I don't have a lot of followers." I go, "I'm not one of these fucking people that's sitting there. I'm targeting influencers to come on my show. I want average people.
Right.
I don't need a Kanye West to come on my show.
Exactly.
I don't need any of these big names. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. It was dope when I almost had Dorian come on.
Yeah.
That would have been insane.
Of course.
But I don't need a Dorian. I just need people that have had really good stories and really amazing life journeys. Talk about it with me. Just hang out, shoot the shit, drink some fucking rain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you're good at bringing that out of people. That's one of the things. Like, you can engage someone in a conversation and get them going to bring out the best in them, and that's what a good host does.
That's 10 years in sales, man. That's 10 years in sales. I was talking about my sales tenure with my buddy Folger, who works across the hall in my office. And I was talking just about all the nightmare shit that I dealt with working sales for years. And during it, I had mixed feelings. I loved retail, but I hated it.
Right.
Because you're a slave to the store. And during the holidays, they don't give a fuck. They don't care about you. You are just a worker. You're a peon. Like, you get out there and do your thing. But I loved it because I got to deal and interact with so many different people. I got to interact with hot girls. I got to interact with asshole guys. I got to interact with people that were super appreciative. I wasn't supposed to at the time, but I don't think I've ever talked about it on any episode of the podcast. So when I worked at Apple Store in Manhasset right here, I was an expert. So you're like the supervisor for the sales area.
Right.
So one day this guy comes in, yelling. He's out of control. He's just mad, and he's like, I need somebody from the business team, because we had a business team that dealt with business clients separately than the regular sales associates.
Right.
He's like, I need somebody from the business team to help me right now. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So nobody was available. Nobody was there. So I walk over and I said, yo, man, how about I give you a hand? He's like, oh, you're going to help me? I said, yeah, I'm going to help you out, man. I said, what do you need help with? He goes, well, if you could get me out of here in 15 minutes, I'll make it worth your while. Okay, sounds good to me. Sure, let's fucking go. He goes, I need to upgrade my mom's phone. She's on my account. I need to upgrade my mom's phone and swap the number. done. Took me 8 minutes. It was one of the easiest transactions I've ever had. And I didn't know who the guy was yet. So now at the end of the transaction, he just goes to me. He goes, put your phone number in my phone. Okay. Give him my phone number. He goes, if I have questions about Apple stuff, I'm going to call you. He goes, just pick up. Okay. He goes, go down to the restaurant. He goes, you know Bryant Cooper? I said, yeah. He goes, go down to the restaurant, ask for Pierre. He's the matron. Tell him you're Nick, and he'll have something for you. Okay. After my shift, I drive down there, walk in. I'm like this is in 2009, 2010. I'm a little kid.
Yeah.
I'm like 18, 19 years old. I walk in, Pierre. He goes, yeah, here you go. This is from George. Cool. Like I did barely even know who the guy was. Open it up, $400 gift card to Toku, Bryant Cooper, Cipollini. I didn't realize he's the Pole brother. He's the owner of all those restaurants.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
that's a great friend to have.
Oh, it was a great friend. Yeah. I miss him as a friend. Yeah. I haven't spoken to him in years, but every time he had an Apple question, I'd go to his office. I'd go see Pierre downstairs every single time.
Really?
$400 gift card every single time. Every single time. One day he's looking. We're just hanging out waiting for an upgrade to go through. We're looking through his phone, and he just goes, "You like watches, huh?" I go, "Yeah. I've heard about Breitlings." Before I knew anything, he's like, "I said I heard about Breitlings. I really would like a Breitling." He goes, "Do you know what this is?" And I look at the watch. I'm like, "Patek." He goes, "This is a fucking watch." He goes, "This is the watch that you buy, and this and that." I go, "Okay." Went home and looked it up. $100 grand, $200 grand for a watch. I said, "Whoa."
Have you seen watch prices now?
So I have friends that enjoy watches.
I love watches.
Oh, do you?
Love them.
So I have a couple of friends that enjoy watches. My buddy Joe, he had he had two Panerais.
Yeah.
And he had a Rolly. I forget which one. I'm not a connoisseur like that, but he got rid of the Rolly and the two Panerais, and he got a pre-owned AP.
Okay.
And I don't know. Like, I have friends that get Rolexes.
Yeah, I'm a Rolex guy.
So I had friends that get Rolexes, and in my opinion, if you're not at that level yet, monetarily, professionally, like if you're just getting started in your career or something like that, and it's not me judging them, it's just how I would hold myself to that standard. I wouldn't be dropping 10, 20, 30,000 on a watch.
Right.
I couldn't fathom it.
No, yeah, I get it.
I'd rather put it into the business.
Right.
So when I see my friends get watches like that, and they're making monthly payments on it like it's a car.
Oh, fuck that, no.
I'm like, did you? Well, my accountant said it's going to appreciate, and I could sell it any time, make money. Okay, but what if it doesn't?
Right.
What if that stops, and now you're in the hole for that watch, and you're not able to sell it for some reason?
That's definitely not like I said.
You get them to appreciate them and just wear them.
Right. The first Rolex I ever bought, I was like 25 years old, and I got this, just what everyone else does, fucking jeweler special with all the stupid ass gaudy diamonds, aftermarket crap, and the watch was worth less than a Rolex with none of that shit because it was all aftermarket crap from a jeweler, and I didn't know at the time. I was 25. I wanted
you thought it was authentic.
Right, I spent like $4,000. Now I sold it 15 years later for $3,000, so it wasn't like a huge loss on that. But then I started looking at actual real Rolexes from the retail dealers, none of this aftermarket shit, none of the, flashy diamonds and like nothing like that. And, I bought my first one and my second one and my third, whatever it was. And they all started to appreciate in value. And now I look at them like investments. If you could find a Rolex for a retail price right now, you're looking at anywhere between 50 to 75% markup in the secondary market.
How much are they going for now, roughly?
You could take, if you pick a model, let's say like...
Just give me a basic model.
So there's like a Rolex Daytona. It's white gold.
I know that. I know the model name.
Okay. The original retail price was $27,000 when it came out. Now they're going for about $60,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's new? So that's if you've never worn it.
Even the used ones. Not when you get down into the 2015s, 2016s, but anywhere from 2018, 19. I think the year it came out with the Oyster Flex was 2020 or 2019. So from then up.
Okay. I mean, listen, I would love to have one. I really would. I would love. I appreciate fine watches. My dad, when we were in the Bahamas one year, he went to one of the jewelry stores and he got a Baume Mercier. Beautiful watch.
Beautiful.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Authentic. Came with the slips and everything like that. He just got it without the tax and everything like that. Beautiful watch. But like for me to want to spend that, I need to have like some type of a life goal.
Of course.
I need to buy a house, or my company's got to get to that next level.
Right.
Like I'm getting super huge clients and this and that. And I go, damn, I feel like I've hit that
Of
next
course.
level of success. Now I can appreciate getting
that's what I did.
a memento where I can always remember this moment.
Right. My first Rolex, like I said, that was not a piece of shit, but it wasn't anything special. You know, I had like Movados and whatever when I was a kid, and I sold all those to buy my first Rolex. That was when I was 25. Cut to 35 now. You know, I have a business, I have a house, everything's paid, I have money in the bank. And then I bought my first one. Well, I traded that one in to get my first one. And I put a couple thousand more into it. And then, you know, as things progressed and I started to realize the appreciation value of some of these watches, when they came available at retail price, it was almost like I could turn around and flip this right now for a few $1,000 profit if I wanted to.
And were you flipping them?
I wasn't. But I knew I did, but I knew I could if I wanted to. You know what I mean? And that was just reason enough to hold on to it. And luckily for me, they just continue to appreciate. So God forbid you're ever in a pinch, that same jeweler that I bought it for retail could sell it secondary for, you know, whatever the value is right now.
That's a wild market. That's
crazy.
Watches, artwork, the NFTs, all this
Yeah.
stuff. It's just a very, like, what makes that hold so much value for that? Like,
I'm still learning NFTs.
NFTs are interesting. I had guys that work across the hall from me. They came in and they sat down and they talked to me about their business. They started their own NFT line. They started a bunch of different things called Chibi Apes and this and that. And they're heavy into that world. They're heavy into the metaverse.
You know Louis Abadis.
Yeah, of course.
So I was smoking cigars with him like maybe a week or two ago, and he was trying to explain it to me too. Like, and I get the concept, but I guess being older and not from this generation, it still doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. But it makes sense in the terms of you understand what it is and
Right.
what it's there for. It doesn't make sense with why they're valued at that.
Exactly.
However, the fine art world does the same shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a very easy way to launder money. It's a very easy way to clean shit and do that. Oh yeah, that Galaxy ape, yeah, that's worth, I don't know, $200,000.
Yeah.
And I think that's the people that are really benefiting from that.
Right.
And of course the younger guys that get into it and they make a couple flips and then they have that money and then they just keep trying to ride the wave. But it's funny, the crypto guys, the stock guys that I see and I hear about all these guys, they show their wins big. They never show their losses.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm somebody that understands you're going to lose sometimes, and it is what it is. That's part of the business. That's part of what it is. But I'm also very big on transparency.
Yeah.
You can't sit there with that fake Instagram shit. You can't
Right.
sit there and say life is amazing
No.
when you're actually in the hole $50,000 right now,
Dude.
and you're sweating that you're making this fake post.
I've done it. Like, I got into the stock market last year. And, I put a little bit of money in, and a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And, I was making money, and I was doing well. And I was making a decent secondary income, swing trading. And I got a little greedy. Now, I didn't lose, but I could have. I got heavy invested into Tesla one day. I was making money buying and selling, a couple grand a week buying and selling Tesla stock. So I'm like, I'm going to go all in, I'm going to buy 100 shares, at whatever it was, let's say it was
like 700, right?
No,
at that time?
it was over 1,000.
Okay.
It was like, let's say 1050 a share. And I'm like, this is the lowest I ever got it for, let me drop fucking 100 grand on these stocks. And then all of a sudden it goes to 1,000, goes to 950, goes to 900, goes to 870.
Start sweating watching it
I'm
go.
like, yo, I just lost $25,000 in like fucking 2 hours.
Did it go back up?
Of course.
Good.
And then I sold it. I made money. But if you panic in that downtime and you get like, oh my God, I'm losing money, let me sell now, you'll lose. If you have the funds to let it sit, it's always going to come back around. Just don't invest in crap. A lot of these get rich quick companies and these startups that, oh, yo, you know what? They're penny stocks. I'm going to put $10,000 in. They're going to turn around. And then all of a sudden they go bankrupt or something happens. They get a lawsuit. And now your money's tied up for 6, 7, 8 months, a year, 2 years. Those are the people that suffer. If you have extra money to swing trade on blue chip stocks like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, whatever, Netflix, Amazon, you can make money as long as you don't,
You got to watch it though.
Exactly.
It's another job.
Yep,
You got to
it's
watch it.
100%
You
another
got to
job.
sit there and you got to make sure you're doing your research
Yep.
and watching the charts and what
watching
does
the
this look
government,
like?
Like right now with inflation going up and obviously the shit going on with Russia and Ukraine, tensions are uneasy across the board, nationally and internationally. It affects the stock market, and that's why we're seeing a little bit of a recession right now. We have 2 straight quarters of downturn like this. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely 2008 vibes again.
Yeah.
It already has them.
But see, I'm happy. That's when I bought my house, 2008.
Yeah.
The market crashed. Nobody could get a mortgage. Everyone was upside down with their interest rates. And I had worked a steady job. I was able to swoop in and get a house at a great price that dropped almost $100,000 in a couple of months because of the market.
Well, that's funny because a lot of the videographers that I know, they don't, well, I won't say a lot of them, a handful of them that I know, they don't do the taxes the correct way.
Right.
And they constantly ask me, Nick, what do you show each year? This and that. What do you? I log every transaction unless I get cash on the rare chance a client gives me a couple $100 because I did something on the side, a quick little thing. It's very rare that I don't track any of my transactions.
Yeah.
So my credit score is great. I track every one of my transactions. My taxes are done every single year. So for me, when I'm ready to buy a house, and my mom's also a mortgage broker, it's going to be very easy for me. Which is kind of like the limbo that I'm in now as a side swoop. So I'm in that. Do I rent an apartment for $4,000 a month, or do I try to get some money scraped together and just buy something? But even the ones that are $400,000 or $500,000 are shit right now, dude. It's literally armpitville.
Just give it another 6 months. Once interest rates climb up, and that's what I feel bad for. Like, and listen, I'm no expert in this shit at all. By any stretch of the imagination. But the people that I see overpaying for homes now,
dude,
they're going to be upside down in the next year on what their house is worth versus what they owe. You know, you put down 3%, 5%, 10%, let's just say 10% on a $500,000 house right now. You know, so you put $50,000 down. Now you have a mortgage for $450,000. All of a sudden, by next year, your house is worth $400,000. You have a $450,000 mortgage with a house that you overpaid, over asking for,
and you still have all the work that you have to do to it.
Right, and now it's only worth $400,000. So you're $50,000 in the hole. You're $50,000 done with your fucking down payment, and you have all that work to do to that house.
I'm stressed just thinking about it. Stressed, man. I'm fucking stressed.
But it's something you got to think about. And like, at my younger age, I had no fucking clue. You know, I used to think like, oh, you know what? When you get old, you just figure shit out. And no, you don't. You still learn every single day. And even now that I'm getting older and getting into more business ventures and trying to take a little bit of a step back from, you know, the active trainer life, I'm learning about, you know, properties and, you know, interest rates and the stock market and, you know, crypto. I'm still not too well versed in, but
I got like $400 in Ethereum. You know, I don't want to brag, but
listen,
kind of a heavy roller.
Ethereum's the way to go, from what I hear.
Yeah, just because it's more widely used for the NFT market and this and that. A lot of people that had Bitcoin, they transfer their Bitcoin to Ethereum to then.
People say that's going to surpass Bitcoin at some point.
It probably will. Yeah. It probably will. Listen, I only put a couple $100 in. I don't feel comfortable losing potentially money.
Yeah.
I won't put in any money that I'm not comfortable losing. So for me, a couple $100 here and there every couple of months, if that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But for me, you're looking at where my money goes. Everything in here, and that because this makes me money.
Right.
So for me, it's like this is where I have to look at things.
The one thing I will always recommend to anybody, and this is what I was taught younger when I was in the union, especially. You know, I started putting into my 401k. Then when I left the union, you know, and the money compiled over the years, you know, being in there, putting in, you know, whatever I was from my check every week. And then when I left, I took all the money and invested it privately. And now, right out of my checking account every month, $500 goes into that. And the way that interest compiles every year, you know, based on the market's, you know, average of 10% interest a year, 10% increase a year, you know, you'll be really well set up for your retirement, you know, in the next, you're a lot younger than me, but
I'll be 31 this year. Okay. I just turned 30 in August.
So it's not, I mean, it's not, you're not in your 20s still, but, you know, the earlier you start, the more money you'll have exponentially from where I am. You know what I mean? Like, even if I put in more than you start earlier, you'll crush me over the long term.
Yeah. That's what I have to get better at because all my money goes into my business account.
Yeah.
So even since I've started this, I don't pay myself.
Right.
So everything just sits in my business account. And then from there, I pay the credit cards, I pay car and this and that. Yeah. I pay everything out of that. So realistically, my personal checking hasn't really seen any action in a while unless I get, you know, money from a relative for a birthday or something like that. And I just throw it right in there. But that's far and few between. Yeah. I mean, I'm a grown ass man. I tell them, please don't buy me shit. Don't give me anything. Just don't do anything. You want to do something for me? Bring cannolis over for the birthday. That's what we could do instead.
The same way.
So yeah, I'm kind of getting into that. I gotta start saving. I gotta start doing stuff. Apple stock. I have a ton of Apple stock from when I worked there.
It's great.
They hooked you up like crazy. So, and that was before they split the first time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no. I've got quite a bit.
That's
of
a great
stock.
asset to have.
Oh yeah. And I have a feeling it's gonna just keep going up. So
of course.
I'm just sitting on it, but I'm also in that nervous category where you go, how long do you sit on it before you start? You should take some out and then save some of that and let that money keep rolling.
What do you have, like a Ameritrade account or something like that? Or?
E-Trade.
All right, so yeah, even that, like, you know, you get a little bit of education in what you want to look at and say, hey, you know what, maybe I'll sell 20% of my Apple stock and I'll buy something else with it. You know, and leave the money in there and let it roll over into something else, and that's what you play with.
Yeah, that's part of it where I get nervous. I don't want to lose shit. So tell me, man, I want to know what got you into fitness, man.
What got me into fitness?
Because you said you had the chicken legs.
Yeah.
You had the chicken legs. So
honestly,
genetically, how were you built when you were younger?
I was built, believe it or not, it's weird. I had the two different body types. When I was younger, I was like short and like stocky, chubby. And then all of a sudden I hit my growth spurt and I was tall and skinny. Like, I remember playing PAL football. We had a weight cap of like 105 pounds when I was 9 years old. or at 8 years old, and I was like 99, 100 pounds. And like I was like, fuck, am I gonna make the weight every week? You know, I had to weigh in before my games.
Every week?
Every week before the game, you have to weigh in.
Oh,
and if you were 1 pound over, they wouldn't let you play.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So, you know, at 8, 9 years old, I started playing football. And then all of a sudden, you know, I was just to give you a reference, I was a nose tackle in the center. And so I was the biggest kid on the team. I still have a monster, ginormous head. But, you know, then I get into my 11, 12 years old. Now I'm like, a tight end and like a linebacker. And then I get into high school and I'm a strong safety and like a tailback. You know, I just kept getting taller and thinner, and everyone else kept getting bigger and wider. And I was like,
they kept taking your positions away,
right. So
smaller ones.
I started doing more skilled positions, and then I was like tall and thin. You know, 5'11", 140 pounds, like nothing, 150, 60 pounds, maybe tops. When I graduated high school, and I just hated the way I looked. I hated the way I felt. My dad was always into working out. You know, he was short, stocky, and everyone always gave him so much respect. All my friends. You know, all my friends' dads, like, oh, your dad's jacked, your dad's huge. Everyone's afraid of my dad. He was so big. He was, and I'm like, I want people to look at me like that. I want people to feel about me the way they feel about my dad. He walks into a room and they give him respect. He looks great in his suit, looks great in the t-shirt, looks great in the tank top. And everyone's always like, shit, Mr. McIntyre's huge. Mr. McIntyre's jacked. Everyone's afraid of my dad. They tell their own dads to fuck off. And my dad would come in the room and they'd be shitting bricks. So, I just had so much respect for the respect that he got and admiration for that. And I said, I want to be treated and I want to feel like that.
I get that.
So I started training and, and I'll be honest, I grew up in CI. It was a rough neighborhood. Being biracial, you don't always fit in someplace. You feel like, damn, I'm not black enough for the black kids. When I'm too black for the white kids. It was, going to St. Anthony's too, being fucked up, treated weird. That was like a niche where I could just do my own thing. Get in my own head, get in the gym, start training. And it didn't matter, what I did that day or who my friends were. It was just me. And I felt so fulfilled and satisfied with that. And I started to put on size, and then...
Where were you getting your information from?
I mean, back then, this is what, like 95, 96. It was like Muscular Development Magazine,
Yeah.
Flex. Like, I would literally every month, I had a subscription to everything. You get the magazine subscriptions from school.
Yeah,
I'm like,
course.
Flex, Muscular Development, whatever it was. I need them all. Muscle Mag. And my parents were cool. They supported me. My dad's like, listen, this is what you want. We'll get you some Metrex, weight gainer, and we'll get you
That
some
was the shit back
Animal
then,
Pack
man.
vitamins, and I was like, shit, all right, I'm ready to go. And I just kept going after it. And I remember my father being like so proud of me. And I was like, shit, like this is a great feeling. So the more I did it, the more pride I felt in myself, the more pride I felt from him, the more admiration I started to get from friends. And then, all your childhood boys are like, yo, can I come to the gym with you? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. And all of a sudden I'm training people and they're looking up to me for nutrition advice and training advice. And I'm like, I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing, but it's working on me. So this is what I'm doing.
Well, wing it and try it on you.
Right. And then little by little, it just started to really stick. And I started to become known for that. Like, I'd meet a guy at the gym. He's like, what are you training tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, yeah, chest. He's like, you mind if I work in with you? What time are you going to be here? I'm like, 3 o'clock. He's like, all right, I'll be here at 3 o'clock. And I start training with that guy. And then we get another guy. And then we start, hanging out on the weekends. And we started going to shows, back when things were at Tribeca.
I missed that.
Yeah.
That was a sick venue.
Great venue. I started going to competitions and seeing guys compete. And I'm like, I want to do that. And it took me a while to get from like Neptune's party me to bodybuilder stage me, but that transition was a good one. I needed it. I wasn't ready at an early age because I didn't have the mindset to compete. I'm like, I'm not going to shave my body and get, in a Speedo and start flexing in front of people. And then as I got more confident in myself and I realized, hey, you know what? I could probably do this and do well. I took that next step and that's all, it was downhill from there.
That's all it takes. It just takes a little bit of that intro feeling of the body changing,
Right.
the mind changing, and then that little bit of everybody asking you for advice that you start going, oh shit, I really do enjoy this.
Exactly. Like I said, for me, like I have no problem admitting the lack of confidence I had and the confidence that I got from bodybuilding. The confidence of feeling better in my own skin. Like obviously, me growing up in the 80s, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, these were all giant stars, jacked, ripped, Rambo, Commando, Predator, all these movies. And I'm like, damn, like I want to be like that guy. Every blonde, hot model had some jack dude on her arm, G.I. Joe.
Masculinity.
Yeah,
They were showing it off back then.
Right.
That was actually part of that little video I made on TikTok today.
Yeah.
The dude was asking on Jamal's statement.
I saw that, yeah.
And I just said, he said, do you think people are just more in control of their emotions today, or do you think that they're kind of beating down men? And
that's 100%.
I said I think it is too.
Yeah.
If you speak out against that, or you say that you miss when they glorified a strong masculine man.
Right.
Oh, you're toxic. You're toxic.
Look
You're being
at
toxic.
every, action figure, every cartoon, every motion picture action star from that era. They were all big jack dudes. Like He-Man went from like the little wimpy prince, whatever, and he pulled out his sword, and he was all of a sudden this jacked monster that could beat everybody. All the comic book characters and everything were always jacked, and Superman and Batman, they always looked like they were 260, 6'2", jacked. And that stuck when you were a kid. That was
it leaves an impression on you,
right.
and then you see these as your role models along with your dad. Like
100%.
I want to be like this guy. I want to be like He-Man.
Masculinity was celebrated.
Yeah.
It was something that you strive to be manly, to be able to, not that it's right now, but to kick someone's ass, or to be, jacked, or to be authoritative.
To hold your own.
Right. That was how I was raised. That was the culture of the time, and it's something that I wanted to be a part of, and that's what I got from bodybuilding. I wasn't into I was never a fighter. If I ever fought, it's probably because I was shit scared that I was gonna get my ass kicked, so I just attacked first, rather than be attacked. But, it was the body image that I really wanted to master. I love to be in control of my own physique, and I love to bring that out, and I love the respect and the feeling that I got from other people for doing that.
Yeah, you definitely see a difference when you change and how everyone looks at you differently.
Right.
I was 270 in high school up until
holy shit.
10th grade, man. Up until 10th grade, and then I went to summer school for gym, and I went to summer school for math, and I was walking the track for like 4 hours a day in the middle of July and August heat, and I was doing a keto diet before I even knew it was keto.
Right.
I was going to the deli and getting cheese and turkey and rolling it up and just eating that without the bread.
Yeah.
And then we were playing handball every day and this and that. And I dropped from 260, 270 down to like 190 in one summer.
Holy shit.
No, it was wild. It was
Damn.
wild. Yeah. And then that next year when I came back, everyone was kind of just like, oh, what's going on? Girls were talking to me, and guys were respecting me more, and dudes who used to talk shit to me and bully me, they were like, oh shit, okay, like Nick's serious now, and he knows what he's doing, and this and that, and
it's a good feeling.
Really good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a confidence booster, but it could also go to your head real quick.
Right.
That's the thing, you have to balance it out. And a lot of new guys, that's where they get that ego lifting.
I did that.
Oh, we all do.
Of course.
We all do, but it goes to your head really quickly. I tell a lot of the younger guys now, just stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Keep that progress going. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't try to keep showing up and outstunning everybody.
Right.
Just you're gonna do that in time. You gotta just do it at your own pace.
Luckily for me, when I was growing up, there was no social media. So there was no way to
I'm
brag.
right on that edge.
There was
fucking
no way
hate
to
it.
boast. There was like the best me that I've ever been, no one's ever seen because there was no camera phones. There was no cell phones, period. It was just me in the gym at 22, 23 years old or 25, whatever I was, squatting 5 plates, deadlifting 6 plates, benching 4 plates, and you'd be in the gym for 2 hours. No phones, no nothing.
You did it without that recognition?
Exactly.
Really? Without posting it to Instagram or MySpace back then?
Exactly.
Before that?
MySpace wasn't even a thought then.
I know.
And it was like, you just did it because you loved it. You didn't get any credit for it, but the credit and the respect that you got was real. Because people didn't see it through social media. They saw you physically do it. You were in the gym every day. And all of a sudden, I remember guys from Deer Park at the time, older guys that I looked up to that were competing. And again, competing wasn't so regular either. There was only bodybuilding. There was no classic. There was no men's physique. There was no bikini. There was no wellness. There was men's bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding, and I just think women's figure at the time. Maybe. I don't even know if that was around yet. That's how unpopular it was. So it was, if you trained and you were in that competitive world or that hardcore world, it was a very close, tight-knit thing. And a lot of older guys would take me under their wing, like Jerry Scalisi, or even at the time, Johnny Moy and some of those guys would say, hey, kid, get over here. Let me see what you got. Take your shirt off. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, shit. I know who that guy is. And you're flexing for him, and he's looking at you like, you got a good physique. You ever think about competing? And you're like, oh, I don't know, whatever, maybe. But in my mind, I'm like, if that guy's asking me, it's because I could.
Yeah.
And that was better than winning a show. That was better than, any kind of accolade I got, just having the respect of someone that I looked at as, an idol for that era or that time period. So, all those things combined were just my motivating factor to keep me going all the time. That level of admiration and respect that I started to feel from some of my peers or people that I looked up to.
I was listening to a podcast recently. I forget whose it was. I got to remember. But somebody was talking shit, and they were going, put the fucking phone away.
Yeah.
Stop taking. You don't need to take a picture of every time you flex in the mirror or every time you do something. And listen, man. Some of these people used to hire me.
Yeah.
I don't film a lot of amateurs anymore. I really go directly to companies now.
Right.
That's who I work with. So for me, and then they get me in touch with like the elite of all elite athletes that they're sponsored with. But when I used to do the videos and photos for people, just the regular average Joe at the gym or something like that, when I first started, there was always a side of me that was like, man, this is literally like a dick measuring contest.
Yep.
And that's really what it winds up being. It's like how good can I look? And this is before everyone started doing videos. So I was kind of right at that forefront for fitness videos. So all of a sudden people were like, oh shit, Nick could make a video of me working out.
Yeah.
And no, that's better than my cell phone. And they would have me do it. And then, put this song to it. And, I got to look really good for it and this and that. And, I would have a lot of times I'd have to remind people because I was filming with Arash and Kai. And I have to remind people, I'm like, you expect your video to come out like theirs. And don't get me wrong, it's going to be great. But you don't look like that.
Right.
We have to get that mental expectation in. Like everyone's got body dysmorphia. Some dudes think they look bigger. Some dudes think they look smaller. I always think I'm fat, no matter what. It doesn't matter to me. I'm always fat. But I have to remind people, like, you don't look like a large, jacked Arash.
Right.
You look great for you. But when you see your video, don't think that
It's gonna make you look like him.
Correct. Yeah. And you didn't work out with the same intensity that he did.
Right.
And do you know why? Because he's not doing it for the social media recognition. He's doing it because he's getting ready for the fucking Olympia.
Exactly.
And he's got his head in the game, and he knows all the other guys that are competing across the country, across the world. They're all bringing their A game.
Right.
And that's what's in his mind. If I don't give 120% this workout, they're going to give 120%. I'm going to be behind now.
Yeah.
I got to keep going.
Yep.
So it's a mentality difference of... And I think I think a lot of people compete nowadays for the social recognition.
Dude,
more
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, more so than even wanting to actually compete and become a pro.
Well, that's what I was. That was my whole thing when I started competing, or even when I started watching bodybuilding competitions. I think maybe RX Muscle was the only social media outlet or internet outlet that covered any amateur shows.
I worked for Dave in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, I did my internship at RX.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but that was my only internet outlet for that, besides magazines and stuff, which didn't really cover amateur shows, except a few nationals or whatever. So everything we did, it wasn't for any recognition on any kind of platform. It was just for your own self-recognition or for the admiration, like I said, of those people in the gym that you looked up to. That big guy that I saw train every day since I was 18 years old, and now I'm 22, 23, and he asked me if he could work in with me, or he's asking if he could train with me the next day. I'm like, I've been training my whole life for that fucking moment.
Yeah.
All I wanted was this guy to notice me. This guy that I know competed, that I know he won a show, I know he was a pro or a top national guy, to say, shit, that kid over there looks pretty good. I'll train with him. I'll help him out. And that meant everything to me. I fuck a like on a picture or a post or something. There wasn't a thing. So that had no relevance in whatever I did. It was just those little accomplishments every day in the gym that made me feel like, kept me going and motivated. And that's what I feel like a lot of people don't have anymore. They get, I laugh all the time, someone posts a picture and they get 1,500 likes. Someone posts a picture, looks 10 times better, has no following whatsoever, they get 200 likes. That fucking guy with 200 likes is a million times better bodybuilder than this kid with 1,500 likes or 2,000 likes or whatever he has on his page. But this kid has no sponsorship. This kid has no fucking, social media following. This kid has no money. And this kid's getting paid, he's getting sponsored, he's getting all this. And it's like, where does the balance lie? Like, you should strive to be a great athlete because that's what you want to be. But this kid's subpar, but he just has the media presence and he's making money and he's being successful and he's looking like he's living the life. So I feel like a lot of these top athletes or people that could be top athletes, instead of training that way, they train or they push themselves to be this guy because he's more recognizable, he's more well-liked. Look at even social media when you have people that have never stepped on a bodybuilding stage with 1 million+ followers, and you have people that are like for instance, like Dre should have 5 million followers. He's the most winning men's physique bodybuilder in the world. To me, has one of the best physiques in the world. But you get like a guy who's never stepped on stage, but he's just a social media sensation, and he has 2 or 3 million followers. So what do? Do you aspire to be the social media guy and make money and be successful and do this, or do you aspire to be the top athlete?
Depends on what the goals are.
Right.
It depends on if you really got into this sport for the love of becoming a pro.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people don't.
Well, the other problem with that too is like, you know, back in the day, you had amateurs with great contracts, Weeder contracts, MD contracts, you know, whether it was Twin Lab or Muscle Tech. Now it's like there's no contracts really given out unless you have a good social media presence. It doesn't matter what shows you've won or how good you are as an athlete. So if you want to make a living in this sport, like for me, I wouldn't be on social media half as much as I am if it wasn't for me making money. You know, I have contractual obligations to Condemned. You know, not that I have obligations with Tony, but, you know, things to promote hummus, promote my own businesses. So if I don't do that or I don't show my athletes or show what I can do, I won't make money.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's a tool that you have to play the game.
It's all about ROI.
Yeah.
And it shifted, especially in the fitness industry, and I watched this shift occur because I'm in the age of when social media was just starting.
Right.
So I saw both your generation and the new generation, and I'm kind of right in the middle of that. I'm in that gap year.
Yeah.
So I try to explain this to athletes a lot that I work with. There was a person that will go unnamed for a company that was starting out, and they were paying him a fuck ton of money, plus housing, plus Jesus. No, like it was insane the deal that this person had. And he would maybe give pushback on when and how he had to post and this and that. And my explanation to this person was, you're getting paid more than some people's salaries a year to just post about a supplement company.
Right.
I would literally be posting every 5 seconds. I'd be taking a shit and I'd have the shaker bottle in my hand going, yo, I drink this protein when I'm shitting. I drink this when I'm in the shower. Dude, I would be promoting it
of course.
everywhere. You're making 6 figures to talk about this. That's all you're, and you have another job. You do other shit.
Yeah.
So on top of all this money, you're still making a ton of money. It has shifted from getting just amazing athletes to we need social media presence and we need influencers. And the reason that shift occurred was because, let's say Bob was signed with Muscle Tech early 2000s before social media really took off. Bob has an unbelievable physique. He's unbelievable. He is an Olympia contender. Unreal. But over the course of those years, Bob didn't really bring in any sales for the company. So we're getting recognition from Bob talking about us and from our little sponsored ads that we're putting in magazines and everything like that. But besides that, we're not making any money off of Bob. And if we're paying Bob $8,000 a month, let's say, we're just paying him money and free supplements and his travel and everything like that to then not make money.
Right.
So now you have an influencer comes along, let's say 7 years later, 8 years later, you have an influencer that comes along for the same company, and they go, well, we don't give contracts out like that anymore. But what we will do is we'll give you a percentage of your sales, and we'll give you a small flat fee per month that you're going to get paid. And they sit there and they go, okay, cool. Now, the people that don't hustle won't promote that product, and they won't make any money, and eventually the company will drop them.
Right.
Or you have athlete B who will work their fucking ass off. They'll make badass content, whether it's photos, videos, informational guides, whatever it might be. They will really put their heart and soul into that obligation to the company because they know 2 things. Number one, I'm getting paid, let's say, $2,000 a month by this company. Great. $2,000 a month that I didn't have before then. But on top of that, if I sell a bunch of supplements with my code, I'm going to get 20, 15, 20, 30, whatever, how many percent of that sale. So if I can reach a wide audience and convince everybody that they should be taking this stuff, I mean, I'm going to be making a ton of money. And then the company sees the sales, they keep this person on, and the relationship grows. So there's a lot of athletes that flip-flop with companies.
Right. Oh, yeah. You see it all the time.
See it all the time, dude. Oh, I'm with this company. I'm with this company now this week. Oh, this is the best protein I've ever had. This is the best pre-workout. Oh, blah, blah. It's like, dude, 6 months ago, you were with 4 other companies. What's going on? And you realize it's because, not necessarily because they don't have a good social presence. They don't have to have a huge social presence, but they have to have a presence where they're making the company money.
Right.
Otherwise, you're a loss for the company.
Well, that's like, honestly, I mean, in two ways, I relate to that the way I am now. Like from my own business, whether it's coaching athletes, I have athletes that bring me other athletes. You know, like their posts on social media, they're constantly tagging me. They're constantly praising me, constantly blowing me up, constantly reposting my shit. I don't charge them anymore. I'm like, you're way out valued yourself to me by the money that you bring me from other people, by the social media presence that you put up for me. So as, you know, a business owner that is in the health and fitness industry, I see the value in certain athletes over other athletes. Like, why isn't that guy paying you? I said, because he brought me 10 clients this year that are all paying me top dollar. What did you bring me? Nothing. So you're going to pay until you bring me somebody, unless your value becomes more than your actual dollar amount that you pay me monthly. And like, you know, being with Condemned, it's another thing. You know, I don't have a huge social media presence. I don't compete anymore. Some of the guys I have on the team are, you know, like Justin Rodriguez, you know, he's getting ready for the the Arnold. But I'm on the same, you know, promotional team and the same sponsored athlete team as him, only because of the influence that I have over my small group. I don't have a large following, but the following I have is very attentive to what I say, very loyal, you know, and my sales reflect that from the products that I promote. That's why starting my own clothing and supplement brand was, you know, something that I wanted to do, because I felt if I could bring other companies money and with my small influence, why not bring it to myself?
Correct.
You know, but getting back into what you were saying too, even about the athlete A and athlete B, sometimes I feel like we were talking about put the phones down, just get in the gym and train. When athlete A, who really just gives a fuck about the business, could be an athlete B who's good on social media, would his success actually competing suffer if he spent more time taking selfies and more time taking videos,
Maybe.
and more times, you know, worrying about what his social media was doing rather than just getting in the gym and grinding? And it's a hard line to balance for these guys.
Maybe not.
Yeah, who knows? But that's what I'm saying. It's a tough road to toe.
It's also personalities. It's also different people's personalities.
Yeah.
You know, some people are just totally not into that lifestyle of they feel like it's a dick measuring contest constantly. And it is. It really is on social media.
100%.
Especially between photographers, bro. Like, dude, everybody's like trying to always boast about what client they're with and shit like that. I don't know, dude. There's so many videos I make that I don't post, and it's you know, I never try to have a client think that it's because I don't like what we made. It's just because I just it's a portfolio for me in certain ways, but at the same time, I don't want to be that guy that's just flooding my page with all of my work. Like I flood it with the podcast, I flood it with different things and stories of the dog and stuff like that because I try to break it up. I don't want it to all be.
Well, people want to see your real life.
Yeah,
that's one thing I noticed about me. When I just was posting athletes and my page was just a business page, you know, it was in its infancy, but nobody really gave a shit.
No,
they don't want to see some faceless person they don't know. I get more likes on pictures of me and Darian than I'll get on anything of myself or any client.
I was gonna say that because when I put up a video or a photo of a client, maybe 100, 200 likes, isn't that? Bro, I put up a picture of the dog or me, like 300, 400, 500 likes. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's crazy, yeah.
But that's why they're here. They're here to see me. And
right.
That's why the podcast has such a good influence right now because people get to see my guests. They get to see me. We get to just literally kick back and just have a conversation. And that's all it needs to be. And that's what I want it to be. It's like you have a question about what I think on certain things, ask me. I'll answer it. I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm not any of these fucking people. Maybe one day, maybe not. Who the fuck knows? But for right now,
you could be.
Yeah, but right now I'm having a good time, and that's all I want to do. Like, so if this is a way that people can tap into what I do on a daily basis, you know, I had the last 2 podcasts. John, I had the Voice and Rizzles. And then I had Brajol Brothers with Tyler.
Yeah.
They were both great. But for different reasons, they both disbanded, and then we broke them up, and it's okay. And that's why this was like my last one because I had so many. I wasn't going to do another podcast, but so many people messaged me like, "Damn, I'm actually upset that you're not doing it with Tyler anymore because the first gap was John and I, then Tyler and I, and then after that it was kind of like, oh, we're really pissed we don't get to hear from you anymore, and you're not doing any segments and blah 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 or guests." And I said, all right, I guess this is something that people really do want to hear from me, so. This is it. I said, this is the last ditch effort.
But you've been killing it with this one.
This one's fun, man. This one's cool because
it's just conversations, like you said.
And that's all I ever wanted it to be. I don't want it to be like a radio show and now we're gonna go to our next segment and this and that. I've always related to talk radio. I used to listen to Ron and Fez.
Okay,
And I used to listen to Howard Stern.
I was a huge Howard Stern fan.
Before he's now he's a fucking asshole.
I haven't even listened to him since he went to satellite, but
yeah, he's an idiot now. Now he does nothing but lick the boots of Hollywood, and I can't agree with that. Oh, it's bad, dude. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, no, the guy
180.
Dude, the guy who's big on free speech and fuck everything is that. Now
fuck
he's not
the FCC.
Nope, not anymore. Now he's licking everyone's boots.
Wow.
So I'm good on that. Yeah, I used to have Sirius just for him, and I have it now for the rock stations. I don't even have his channel logged in anymore.
Holy
but I don't know. I was an only child. So for me, I always liked hearing noise in the background, like people talking, and you learn things. And this is before podcasts even came out. So for me, this was always a nice venture to get into because everyone's journey is different, but everyone has a lot of similarities. People experience heartbreaks. People experience deals fall through.
Yeah.
People experience different things that really make it hit home certain topics. That's why those topics with Dre and Jamal go crazy on TikTok. Because they hit a chord with people and they share it and they comment on it, whether it's for the positive or negative.
And they're very genuine with their beliefs and their feelings.
Oh, yeah.
So when you speak to them, a lot of conviction comes through in what they say.
Yeah, man. You know, it's funny because I watch how some of these people talk to Jamal.
Yeah.
You know, because Andre didn't give a fuck about TikTok. He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Jamal made one. And I'll tag him when someone says some shit about him. I'll be like, here you go. You want to say some shit? There you go. You defend yourself. You talk to the person that you're talking to. It's because it's not me. And I listen to some of these people, they're just like, oh yeah, internet tough guy and this and that. It's just like, yo, you would never say, you go back to keyboard warriors and people that are hiding behind a phone. Like you wouldn't press Jamal ever
and he's
in
not
person.
a guy, he's not even a threatening guy. Like he's such a nice, humble, quiet, soft-spoken. Like if you meet him in person, you couldn't even get mad at him unless you already had that in your head.
Yeah, exactly. And Dre too, man.
Yeah.
People get the wrong impression of Dre all the time. I feel like they see Dre, they go, oh, I told him on the podcast, I had a bunch of people ask me, I go, yeah, I shoot with Andre Ferguson every now and then. We're boys. He comes on the podcast, this and that. Oh, is he nice? Is he an asshole? No, he's a nice guy, man. Well, I'm like,
Super
why?
nice
Why?
guy.
Because you don't know him personally and you just hear about the drama that he gets into because he's very vocal on his opinions.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. Like, I'm sure I've been mistaken for an asshole. I'm sure you've been mistaken for an asshole. We all have people that have said bad things about us.
My whole life, because I've been, I used to be kind of shy and quiet. And again, not really knowing where I fit in. I had my own insecurities. But people took that as me being a dick. Just because I wasn't very outspoken. Or I'd sit in a room and not really talk to people. And like, oh, does this guy think he's better than us or whatever? He's a dickhead, doesn't want to talk. And I'm like, no, it's just because I don't really know what to say. I was nervous. I was insecure. I was shy. So I kept to myself. And that's why I love bodybuilding, because I didn't have to talk to anybody. Like I played football and shit, which was fun, but bodybuilding was my own thing. I didn't have to talk to anyone. I didn't have to be on. I didn't have to be, judged. I didn't have to be evaluated. And obviously until I started competing, but it was just in my own head while I was in the gym for whatever, 2-3 hours, whatever it was a day.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah, it's the
people's perceptions are very
people's
skewed.
perception. Yeah. I mean, there was a kid arguing with Jamal last night. He was saying, this old fool ain't about it, this and that, blah, blah. He's not about that life where he'd have to stomp somebody out, this and that. I go, you have no clue that Jamal used to train Chris Weidman. And he's a world-renowned strength and conditioning coach for boxing, fighters, and everything like that. But
that's how I met him.
I'm like, oh, hey, but like, I literally comment to these people and I just go, damn, you got us. Yeah. You figured us out. I've had guys say, oh, look at these two sitting here trying to pretend like they're famous on a podcast. Not trying to do any of that. No. I'm glad you think that I look like that, but that's not what this is at all, man.
But that's because that person sees you that way.
Yeah. And it's an insecurity in themselves where they go, 100%. Another person trying to do something that maybe they said they were going to do years ago. I said I was going to start a podcast years ago. I still haven't started one. And look at it. And this person's getting thousands of views and followers and this and that. I don't know, man. Why don't you fucking do the work?
Exactly.
Put the work in and then you'll fucking do it. The time goes by either way.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, man. There's plenty of days where I'm tired as fuck. And I have to, Corey?
Yeah.
I had him on the episode last time. I still haven't done his video because I've been working on client videos all week.
Right.
So I still got to get his video up for YouTube and start getting clips out for us. I have to work on his and yours in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
There's plenty of times, man, when I'm too tired because I worked all day doing regular videos. I hit the gym and I get home and I sit in my bed and I'm just like, damn, I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
But I got to put shit out. I got to keep the clips going. I got to get things going. No one else is going to do this but me. So, otherwise, I'm going to be that guy hating on other people on TikTok saying, fucking guy thinks he's famous. It's like, dude, what do you gain from that? What do you gain from trying to put down somebody else?
Like Dre said, 50% of the people that follow you are just watching you to watch you fucking fail. Yeah. They want to see that downswing so they can be like, look, I told you so.
Yep.
And that's a shame because that's energy that they're devoting to your hate that they could be devoting to their betterment. And they're just wasting time and energy on some negative shit that you're not thinking about them, but they're obviously thinking about you. If they're watching you, checking you, commenting on your shit, you're like, yo, listen, if you don't like my shit, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Go do your own thing. You could be 10 times more successful than me if you stop hating on other people and just did your own shit.
I used to get into it with people on the internet. I used to get into it. Like, if they said something negative about me, they said some shit about me, I would go back and forth. And I would just, like, a lot. Even Jamal going with that kid last night, he just kept going back and forth. He was just like, he goes, what did he say? He said, I said, don't waste your breath on this fucking kid. I said, fuck this kid. He goes, nah, he's a bitch. He goes, fuck this kid. I'm gonna let him know. He goes, actually, I should fuck his mom. I was like, oh, don't fuck his mom. I was like, please don't. We can't handle that.
Dude, like, I used to be, you know, like, people that know me from my younger days in my 20s, like, I was a real hothead, you know? Got arrested a bunch of times, went to jail a couple times, you know, fighting, stupid shit. And the last, not the last fight I got into, the last fight I should have got into, but the one that really made me wake up is I got into a stupid fight in the city with some kid over dumb shit. 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning at a deli, arguing over who cut who in line. Next thing I know, we're outside squared up. The kid swung at me once. I swung at him, knocked him out, and he hit his head on the curb.
Oh, I was about to say that. And he started bleeding.
He went into a coma.
Hemorrhaging.
I got arrested a couple minutes later, you know, trying to get out of the city. I was trying to find a cab or whatever. Got arrested.
Yeah, they grabbed you?
Yeah, spent 3 or 4 nights in jail, you know, in central booking, getting ready to go to Rikers Island. Luckily, I got made bail, but $10,000 in bail, $10,000 in lawyer fees, $10,000 in restitution to the kid I fucking hit, 3 years probation, you know, drug testing, alcohol testing, you know, couldn't leave Long Island or Suffolk County at the time. If I was working in Nassau, I had to report to my probation officer, let him know I was leaving. And I'm like, because I got into a fucking argument with some kid over who cut who in line.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it. Make you think 25, 26 years old. My parents have to drive into the city, bail me out of jail. You know, like, that's a fucking horrible feeling. For what? A stupid argument? And you know what? I was probably wrong. The kid probably said, you cut me. And I was probably like, fuck you, you know, whatever to him, just because I thought who I was. And I'm like, that just, what we talked about, like, the difference between, you know, asking someone, like Jamal said, like, you know, what's going on in your day, or punching him in the face and worrying about repercussions with the law or whatever else. You do have to think about that, because you know what? People antagonize other people like us who may be a little quick-tempered, and they're eliciting that reaction because they know they're going to get paid, or they know they're going to, you know, do something to insinuate a reaction from you that's going to benefit them.
So, do you know John Gunther?
No.
Okay, Viking Cowboy on
Instagram?
Instagram?
Yeah. I know him, yeah.
So we used to hang out a lot, and you'll enjoy this. So one day we're in the city for a friend's birthday. And I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of what you just said, because that's going on fucking TikTok. So one day we were in the city for a friend's birthday, and I forget where it was, but we went in, we were at this, like, rooftop lounge, whatever. It was during the summer. He drove in, and I drove with him. And we go upstairs. Now, every time I went out with Gunther, people would try to fight him.
Really?
And I don't understand why. Because I can hold my own.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely no slouch if I have to fight somebody. I haven't gotten into a lot of fights, but when I have gotten into scuffles and shit like that, I've been more than fine.
Right.
But never would it cross my mind to go after somebody like Gunther.
Yeah.
He just, first off, looks intimidating. He's a strong dude, and he was boxing at the time too. So, it's just somebody that you just don't want to fuck with.
Right.
So we're at the rooftop lounge, whatever, and we're talking to these girls, and some kid walks in between us, and he's standing in between us. So Gunther says something to him. He's like, "Yo, why don't you move?" And the kid's like my height, whatever, 5'8", and he's like, "Yo, why don't you move, man? This and that." And the kid starts talking shit to him.
Damn.
So I literally go like this. I just go. This would happen almost every weekend. We'd go out. There was like a string of weekends where we just went to months where we just went into the city every weekend. So I would actually have to go to the kid. I'd go, "Yo, I'm doing you a favor. Please go somewhere else. I'm telling you, just leave and go somewhere else. Just go to the other side of the bar. Just please don't interact with him." And meanwhile, I'm his friend.
Right.
Normally, a friend would want to see somebody get knocked the fuck out.
You know how bad it's going to be.
I know that you're going to get killed. So please just go anywhere else. Who the fuck are you, like, getting mad at me? And I'm just like, okay, you're obviously upset. I'm not being a dick. The alcohol is talking for you right now. Just go somewhere else. And I would diffuse the situation constantly. So it's like 3 a.m. We leave and we go downstairs. Now, the way that the block was set up was it was on a corner. And the parking garage had an entrance from one corner and an entrance from the other. And then they had, the elevator that goes downstairs, whatever. So we walk in, and he goes, "Yo, I'm gonna go get the car." I said, "Cool." So I'm standing there. He tells them that they need to bring it up, and he goes, "Yo, let's go wait in that little waiting room area." Cool. And now we're walking past a car that's parked. And while we're walking past, these 2 girls walk out of the waiting room. Pretty girls, whatever. And Gunther just goes, hey, I love your hair. Because she had like blue hair or purple hair. She like dyed it a certain color. He goes, yo, I love your hair. She goes, oh my God, thanks, whatever. She walks by. This kid gets out of the car and he goes, yo,
Same kid?
Different kid. He goes, yo, what the fuck did you just say to my sister? So Gunther and I turn around and I go, oh, okay. I said, he said that she has pretty hair. Why don't you go back in the car? I don't think I was fucking talking to you. So I'm sitting there. I'm going, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of kid that I kind of want to let get his ass kicked.
Right.
So I'm just going, all right, man, whatever. So he's mouthing off to Gunther. And Gunther literally looks at me and he's just like, yo, is this fuck? And his back is to the kid. So Gunther looks at me and I'm standing next to him and the kid's just like mouthing off to him. His back is there and I'm standing right next to Gunther just looking at him and he just goes, is this fucking kid really serious? And I go, yeah, no, he's dead serious. He really is trying to fight you right now. And I go, give me your keys and shit because he had everything in his hands full. I said, give me your keys and shit. I said, I'll hold on to them. He goes, gives me his keys and shit like that. And he goes to the kid, he goes, you need to turn around and go home before I fucking kill you because I'll actually kill you. And he's just going on and on and on. Finally, the kid goes back into the car. So I go, all right, we're good. His friend gets out now.
Oh, God.
And his friend gets in Gunther's face. They're both like 5'8", 5'9". They're not and they're out of shape kids. They're not these big kids. So I'm looking at both of them. So now the friend starts mouthing up to Gunther, and the first kid comes out to me now. So I go, oh, here we go. So I'm keeping him. I'm a little drunk, so I'm keeping him arm's distance. I'm going. I keep going. Please back the fuck up. You're in my space. Get the fuck away from me. Nah, man. You guys think you're fucking tough. Blah blah blah. I said, yo, dude. I said, you need to go grab your friend before he actually kills him. Because he will kill him. I'm not joking. I said, and then after he kills your friend, I said, I won't have a problem with you, but he's going to come over and finish you off too. And I can't stop him. I said, so that's on you if that happens, man. So if you want to play this game tonight, and I keep putting my hand up, and he slaps it out of the way. So now I'm getting mad. I'm going, don't touch me like that. And I look around, and the sidewalk is full of people with their phones out. So I'm just like, man, we're about to be all over the fucking news. I'm like, we're going to knock these two kids out and we're going to get in so much trouble.
Damn.
And mouthing off, whatever. Finally, they start backing up and they get in the car. So now we're like on the offensive. Now I'm fired up. I'm mad. My blood's boiling. And some random kid from the line comes out and he goes, yeah, fuck you guys. I go, oh, we got a random coming in with us. This is crazy. So they drive away and I didn't realize they stopped at the curb. So I turned to Gunther and I go, bro, what the fuck is going on in this city? I go, can we leave before we kill somebody? And he goes, yo, Nick, behind you. And I turn around, I look, kid's running up behind me. And I go, I get ready, like I'm like, oh, do I really got to hit this kid right now? And he goes like this, he goes, hey, man, I just want to let you know I'm not a pussy. I went, I never called you one.
That's so weird.
Dude, literally, you can't make this shit up. I go, I never called you one. He goes, bitch. And he runs away. I go, oh my God, this is like a fucking reality show. Please, get the car keys. We were both like losing our minds.
Dude, and you know what the funny thing about that is? You played it cool for so long that even when you do finally react, how much can you really take before like it's justified?
I mean, I was ready. I was like, dude, I was one slap of this kid hitting my hand one more time, like hitting it away as I held him back. I was one slap away from just grabbing him by the throat, and that was it. I was gonna see red, and I still would have been proven probably in the wrong.
Right, but that's the whole thing. Like, it's when is it justified? And for me, and this is why, like, again, I will tell this to anyone. I am no fucking tough guy. You know what I am? Afraid of getting my ass whooped. If that kid would have rushed me like that, I would have been so afraid that he was going to catch me off guard. I would have laid into him.
Or if he had a crowbar.
Anything. I would have laid into him in 2 fucking seconds because I'm afraid that he's going to get me first.
Yeah.
Like, people like, oh, like, you're so quick to throw hands. Like, no. I'm afraid to get my fucking ass whooped. I'm afraid that I'm going to let a situation get out of control where there's no getting it back from me. So what do I do first? I try to react and stop, and then I'm looked at as the bad guy. Like, oh, you fucking punched this poor kid in the face, or you did this, you did that. I was fucking scared that was gonna jump me, or whatever was gonna happen is gonna happen. So yeah, you know what? I knocked him out, but it wasn't because I wanted this. It's because I felt like I had no other choice.
Sometimes, and I say this often, you have to sometimes you have to meet violence with violence.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna sit there and shell up as this dude's beating me down. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Even if I'm getting ran up on, like, and my first reaction, like, I joke around with my girlfriend sometimes. I'm like, yo, listen, like, she's like, oh, like, you know, hiding behind the corner to scare me. Don't do that. Like, when I'm scared, it's probably when I'm most dangerous. Because I'm not tough. I'm afraid. And that fear will cause me to fucking kill someone, run through a wall. Like, I don't know if when you're a kid, you're running from the cops or whatever, you do some dumb shit. you're running through thorn bushes.
Your adrenaline goes crazy.
Your fucking arm sliced on a fence. You crack your head open on something. You jump over a fence and twist your ankle. You don't feel anything till you get home.
Adrenaline, man.
Yeah, and that's how it is when you get into a fight. It's like, fuck, man, this kid's gonna come at me. Like, I gotta fucking kill this motherfucker quick before I get killed.
Yeah.
And then when it's all said and done, you're like, what just happened? But that instinct
you
of being
see
fear
red.
and
That's
adrenaline,
it.
yeah, it takes over.
It's a scary feeling, man. Luckily I haven't been in it too many times. I've had to diffuse a lot of fights.
Yeah.
And like I said, every time we went out to the city, we always had to do some shit. Like always had to battle off some kid running his mouth, and it always amazed me. It's like you really go out looking for problems.
Yeah. Some people do.
You go out there and you look to shake people down or assert your dominance.
Well,
and
especially when you're a little dude and you want to have that Napoleon complex, and like a guy like my size could be walking around minding my own business, but some kid just feels insecure about himself, and he's like, fuck that guy. I'm like, why fuck me? Because you feel bad about you're little or you're weak or you're small or you want to prove yourself to be tough?
Man.
Like, stop.
So I'll tell you another story. So I went to Princeton with my boy Vinny. His cousin was on the soccer team, and we went there to go party with her and her friends for Halloween. So it was fucking sick. It was dope. This is in like 2016, 2017-ish. Yeah. And we go out there because I had my fuckboy haircut. I had the line down my head. They used to put the line in my hair. Yeah. So we go there and we go to her soccer game. We're hanging out, and then she goes, we're gonna go to the football house and go hang out with the football players. So I already knew. Okay.
Possible situation.
Yeah, I already have my reservations. My friend Vinny's a little bit more like everything's great type of guy. He doesn't really see things like that. And it's not his fault. It's just he wasn't raised around the same circumstances I was. I wasn't raised in a bad area. I just was raised with a little bit more street sense. So I said, okay, the football players are going to be a little bit more standoffish.
Yeah.
Two random guys coming into the house. They don't know. We don't go to the school.
Right.
They don't know who we are. They want all the girls for themselves. Like,
I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't even have gone.
I had my reservation.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we'll just meet you because they have at Princeton and these Ivy League schools. Some of them they have these things called eating houses, and what they do is they have a bunch of them, and you pay a yearly fee to go there. They have food, they have libraries in them, they have study halls. So basically, you just go there and you eat, and the parties are all paid for already. So the alcohol's already paid for, and they only let people in that are part of that eating house.
Right.
I didn't know what it was. It was a weird concept to me when I first got there. So we go to the football house. And we walk in, and we're already getting looks. So I just said, okay, whatever. So as we walk in, big dude on top of the speaker system. Yo, first off, his cousin walked in first, then Vinny, then me. Big dude, he goes, yo, who the fuck are you guys? And I went, yo, man. I said, I'm with her. I said, I'm the cousin's friend. I said, we're just here to hang out for a few. He's like, well, I'll see you in a few. I go, it's cool, man. Whatever you want to do, bro. I was like, I'll see you in a bit. Walking through, whatever. And then you start getting like groups, a couple of the guys from the football team trying to feel you out. What's up, man? Where you from? What you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And this is when I was in pretty good shape. I was really lean and this and that. And I said, oh, from Long Island, this and that, blah, blah, blah. He goes, you play football? I said, no. I said, I do bodybuilding. He goes, oh, he's like, yeah, you look good, man. You look big. I said, what's your name, man? He goes, OJ. I go, okay. Hopefully not the same outcome, but okay. So, whatever. We're just feeling ourselves out, this and that. So when we leave, I said, it's not about having an ego. I gotta put pride to the side, and I gotta just make sure we're all good. So when we leave, because I know that dude's obviously the head guy.
Yeah.
So I walk up to him and I went, hey man, he was talking to some girl. I said, yo man, real quick. Said, thank you for letting us come through for a bit. I think we're gonna go to the eating house now. Just wanted to say I appreciate you letting us chill for a few. He's like, oh, okay, bet. Yeah. Daps me up. I walk out. So then we're back at her dorm room. We go back. Then she says we have to go back to the football house to pick everybody up because we're going to go to the eating house. Cool. We go back, and they're all out front. They go, yo, New York. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I said, what's up, man? What's up? He goes, yo, what's your name? I said, my name's Nick. Everyone calls me, Nicky Rizzles, whatever. He just goes, yo, man, I'm glad you said something before. He goes, because you walked into the house. He's like, you look like a big dude. He goes, I don't want that fucking heat, man. I was like, what? I wasn't even doing anything. I was just fucking walking in. I'm not even that big. This dude's 6'3".
Yeah.
Fucking 6'3" football player. I'm like, I'm big?
You had the New York swag, though. That's what it was.
I was like, all right. So what? The rest of the night, as I walked through the eating house, Rizzles! All the fucking dudes. They were the coolest guys, but it was just, I had to swallow the pride right there.
Man.
I'm in his and their domain.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here act like I'm the shit and like these are my people because they're not.
Right.
So respect to you. Appreciate you letting me kick it for a bit. That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't do that. They can't let that ego go.
I'm going to tell you a story. And this is when I first moved into my house from CI to like East Islip area. Like, where I grew up was not, it wasn't the, it was the hood, but not like.
Central Islip is bad?
It's like the best.
It's not great?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's not fucking Compton, but it's a far stretch from anywhere else on Long Island. You know, it's on there with the Wyandanches and the Brentwoods and the fucking Bellports and shit. So whatever, I move. I'm in Islip Terrace now, East Islip, and I had like a black Lexus, rims and tints and everything. I'm peeling down the block, and some guy's backing out of a driveway, not looking at anything. So I fucking lay on my horn, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And his friend, whose house it was, comes out like in the driveway. He was watching him back out or whatever. He's like, slow the fuck down, screaming at me. I get out of the car. I'm like, who the fuck you talking to? Yelling. And I'm ready to go to the gym, tank top on, fucking backwards fitted. Like
pre-workout coursing through the veins.
At my peak of peaks of bodybuilding. And he said something to me that I'll never forget. And it fucking broke my heart. He goes, you don't even fucking belong in this neighborhood. And I was like, holy shit. Like, what do I say to that? And I'm like, I had no comeback. Like, I felt like, I don't know. I've never been hit with like some kind of racial slur in like my adult life where it was kind of like, made me feel a certain kind of way. So I get in my car and I drive and I circle back and I go back to this guy's house. I knock on the door and he comes to the door and he's like, what's up, bro? And I'm like, I just want to apologize. I'm like, you're right. I'm new to the neighborhood. I was speeding down the block. I laid on my horn. I said, your boy was backing out of the driveway, not looking. I said, but I could have handled it differently and I apologize. And he goes, yo, I want to apologize too. He goes, I shouldn't have said that. He's like, I'm not a fucking racist person. He goes, I'm a cop. And he goes, I have a lot of fucking black friends. He goes, I work in the city. He goes, I deal with a lot of shit all the time. And he goes, I just worked overnight. I'm tired. He goes, and I shouldn't have said what I said to you. We introduced each other. You know what? And he was a good guy. And he literally told me, he goes, I saw you come back to the door. He's like, I might have to get my fucking gun. This guy's coming back to my house. And that instance right there was like, I could have let that comment get to me and like go back and throw a rock through his fucking door, kick it in. Who knows how the situation could have ended. But I was like, you know what? Let me not do that. Let me not be what this guy thinks I am. If that makes any sense. You know, if he thinks I'm some fucking animal, some this, some that, let me show him that I'm not that. And that was my first lesson in like swallowing my pride, not being a fucking tough guy, and saying, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I could have been better.
It's an important lesson.
It's huge.
But
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget how I felt hearing that from him. And then how do I react to that is the next step. I could have went crazy.
Yeah, am I going to escalate this and go absolutely bonkers, or am I going to
am I going to say, you know what,
bring it down and just say, and that's the way to do it. Unfortunately, too many people let their emotions get a hold of them.
But you're right. It wasn't like the instance that you guys used. Nobody spit in my mother's face. Nobody fucking slapped my girlfriend's ass. Some guy yelled at me because I honked my horn. Like, did it really need to get to the level that it could have got to by what he said to me and what I said to him and the fuck yous back and forth? No. The guy's got his wife and kids in the house, you know what I mean? Like, and listen, there was a part of me at a time and a place that I would have handled it completely differently.
Yeah.
Thank God that wasn't the case, but it was a lesson in maturity for me that I try to like now think about before I do something crazy.
Emotional maturity.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. My girlfriend will tell you how many times I wigged the fuck out at stupid situations and places or whatever. But the amounts have cut down severely, and obviously, being an adult male and being in certain situations where you do feel like you're tested, you can't always back down from everything.
Yeah.
But you have to know when and where is the right time to actually assert that dominance or to say, hey, listen, we're both wrong and I'm not going to take it to a level it doesn't need to go to.
Yeah. There's been a lot of times where I've de-escalated situations like that at the gym and stuff like that. People trying to, that was kind of where this conversation started. I used to go back and forth with people on the internet. Now, if it looks like it's going to go that way, I just type, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. Okay. Or you're entitled to that opinion. You're
right.
good. I'm not going to be able to change your opinion on this, so that's fine.
No.
Okay.
I just delete comments.
You know what? I don't because I like the engagement.
Oh, there you go.
I go, yeah, let's keep that shit. So this way it works on the algorithm. But I certain comments I'll delete if it's like a racist comment or some shit like that. I don't play that fucking game.
You can't engage with people because like we said before, some people just want to elicit a response that's going to be beneficial to them.
Yeah.
They're going to get you to do or say something that's going to be in their best interest now, that they can hold over your head, that they can post on their social media. They could do something to say, look what Nick did. Look what Nick said. Look how Nick responded. What a fucking asshole.
Yep.
And now you can't take that back.
Cancel him. Get rid of him.
Don't get me started on that shit.
It's exhausting. Rick Collins and I touched on that, and it was just it's the dumbest shit in the world.
The worst. this whole Joe Rogan shit that's going on right now, like regardless of how everybody feels about him.
So
like,
Jamal and I are going to talk about it.
Oh, yeah?
Jamal and I are going to talk about it because I want to know as a black man how he feels about a white guy saying the N-word and stuff like that.
Yo, me being biracial, I tell everyone all the time, I have the best insight on some of that shit.
Are you biracial?
Yeah, my mom is whiter than you, and my dad is black from Mississippi.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
My mom is French Canadian and English with, my mom passed away last year, but was
sorry.
French Canadian, English.
I didn't know that.
Hazel eyes, very fair skin, couldn't go in the sun, pale as they get. And my dad was born in Mississippi, Southern black, 1939, ancestor of slaves, like 100%
Wow.
Southern history.
I had no idea.
Yo, dude. So when people talk about shit like that, I'm like, I'll tell you how it really is.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I grew up with people treating me white and throw the N-bomb around like it was no fucking big deal. And I grew up with people treating me black and being like, fuck white people, fuck this, fuck that, like, and then not knowing my mom's white.
It's so tough, man. And I talked to Jamal about that because he sent me the Joe Rogan thing, and he said originally he said I'm disappointed in him and this and that, and I just said I can only speak from my experiences of seeing that stuff from the outside. I said I'd be lying if I don't drop the N-bomb when I'm singing a song
Right.
by myself in my car.
Yeah.
We'd all be lying.
Of course.
It's part of the music. You're going to
Yeah.
sing the song. It is what it is. I've never used it at somebody or said it like that or used it in the context of hatefulness and whatnot. And Joe Rogan didn't either.
No.
And I'm not saying that he's right, and I'm not saying that he's wrong. But what I am saying, as a podcaster, I'm going to say you're a fucking idiot for saying that on something that is being documented, audio and for video.
But you know what? I'm going to disagree for 1 second. And not 100%.
That's okay, please. You're entitled to.
I almost feel when people skirt around racial issues, it shows their acknowledgement or their certain self-consciousness of themselves. If you could, like, I have plenty of white friends I grew up with in CI. Like, I mean, the thuggest of thug motherfuckers. They're like, yo, nigga, what's good? Blah, 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 blah. Like, would I ever take offense to that? This kid grew up poorer than I fucking did. Mom's a fucking junkie, no dad. If he's like, yo, nigga, what's good? Blah, 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 blah. To me, that's the same as saying, yo, homie, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if you put hate in a word, words only have meaning that we give them.
Correct.
Now, that word has a meaning because of its historical usage. The only reason it still has that historical usage is because we give it that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I said, you know, brick was a horrible word, and now all of a sudden, like, oh, you called me a brick? You called me a brick? It's because I made
nothing.
it up. It's
Yeah,
just a
nothing.
word. We give those words power. And as a black community sometimes, like, yo, don't give that word power to anybody. Don't get so bent out of shape about it, and no one can use it against you. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have hurtful feelings, and I'm not saying it doesn't drum up a lot of pain in some
Emotion.
people's past. But, like, you talk to my father. My father was born in 1939 in Brookhaven, Mississippi. He laughs at what people call racism today.
Oh, I'm sure.
He
They
goes,
have no idea what real
no.
racism
He
is.
goes, do you know what racism is? Racism is don't cross that street because if you do, you'll get shot. Don't be out after dark because you're not coming home if you do. Don't go in that restaurant because you'll literally be hung the next day. That's racism. That's hateful, fear for your life racism. It's not calling someone a word or not letting them sit at the same table as you, whatever, and there are degrees, and obviously none are better than the other, but the sensitivity that a lot of people have nowadays to certain things is because you only have first world problems.
Yep. They feel like they should be hurt by it.
Right. And realize, like, listen, I worked with all different races, all different people. We sat down, had dinner at the same table, lunch, oh, my wife made this, Dave, you got to try it. Would he want me to date his daughter? Maybe not. But he doesn't hate me as a person. He just feels a certain way. And honestly, I know a lot of people probably won't agree with this. I don't really give a shit how other people feel. If your ignorance or negativity causes you to feel a certain way, I can't let that affect how I feel or my day.
And you're not going to change their viewpoints.
No. So why even bother? And again, words only have meaning because we give it to them. You can create a stereotype or make a joke. But like, here's an example. I was at a friend's house one time and they were playing, whatever. Let's say K-Rock or whatever. And they're laughing and we're joking and we're having a barbecue. And I'm like, yo, stop. Put on Hot 97 for Dave. Now, that kid thought he was doing something nice to make me feel more welcome. That made me feel as uncomfortable as fucking possible.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
I would have been uncomfortable hearing that. I'd
Right.
been like, don't say that.
But that's not like, but now, on that same token, I had to yell at my family. I had to Italian girl over one time for dinner. Oh, how do you say this in Italian? Oh, how are these meatballs? How do these hold up against your parents' meatballs? Blah, blah, blah. Like, they made like this Italian meal for her. I'm like, yo, that's fucking racist as fuck.
Just make your own food. Make whatever you would normally make.
Just because she's Italian doesn't mean you got to like try to say shit with an Italian accent or make an Italian dish or ask her how you say everything or how you make everything. That probably makes her feel uncomfortable. I said, if I went to her house and she was like, oh, we made fried chicken and fucking grape soda and watermelon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like everyone would fucking think that was horrendous.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's just we look at it differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Race stuff is so weird because as a white guy, it's almost like you're not allowed to have an opinion on it. And
Right.
you can't talk
But
about it.
I don't believe that.
You know what? I don't believe it either because I have friends of all colors and all nationalities and everywhere, and I've never been a racist person. I'm not. I love everybody.
Yeah.
If you give me fucking respect, you get it right back.
Right.
If you don't, I don't care what color you are.
Of course.
You're an asshole. Don't ever fucking speak to me, and we're good on that. You know, I've had people call me shit. I've been thrown guinea at me and whatnot, and this and that. I don't give a fuck. I'm so hurt by it. Oh my God, you heard it. Obviously, much different context and whatever than that. But regardless, a word, as you said, you only give it so much context as how much we give it.
Right. And when people, like I said, people feel almost like a sense of obligation to feel a certain way about certain things. Like, oh, well, I can't let that go because X, Y, Z. Like, why not? Just let it go. Who
This is what it
cares?
is.
Like I always say, there's a difference between stereotyping, making a joke, and being hateful. Hate is hate, regardless of how you want to look at it, whether it comes from a racial standpoint, a sexual standpoint, a demographic in life, a financial point of view, rich and poor, fat and skinny. You can hate on people for whatever reason. You could be very hateful towards bodybuilders, towards women, towards blacks, towards whites, whatever it is. But you can also make jokes. You can also have fun. You don't have to censor everything you do because you're afraid of how it's going to be taken. If you know in your heart you didn't mean it that way, or you don't have any of those intentions, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want.
Facts.
And that's how I feel.
I can agree on that.
100%.
I can agree on that.
And the more you acknowledge differences between people, the more you point them out, the more you make them apparent, the more people are going to harp on them.
Well, that's the stuff that looking in at all the stuff that they're trying to do and special quotas to hire more black individuals
Right.
and this and that and we can only hire this type of demographic and this and that. You're bringing more attention to someone's color and not their qualifications
Exactly.
for things. And I'm not saying that there isn't racism at higher corporate levels where for a long time they didn't want to hire African Americans or
There's racism everywhere.
Spanish and whatever it might be. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but at the same time, by doing this, you think you're helping, but you're not. You're
not.
actually making things worse because now, once again, everyone's looking at it like, oh, we have to hire a certain amount of black people, or we have to we have to have an interview quota for a certain amount of
Right.
black individuals, but we don't intend to hire any of them because none of them are qualified, but we have to at least just hear them out.
Yeah.
It just it makes it worse. It just makes it more of a we're just dividing again. Did you see that? Did you see that Showtime trailer?
No.
I gotta show it to you.
Yeah.
I gotta show it to you. It's basically an anti-white person film,
Really?
documentary, all different nationalities, mostly African Americans, saying how white people should all feel horrible for everything that they've ever done and this and that. And listen, man, my ancestors were in Italy,
Yeah.
so for me, we weren't doing anything.
And you know what the fucked up part is? A white person probably made that film.
Yeah, of course they
You know,
did.
like if you hear in the news today, the most people speaking out against racial injustice and this and that are the Karens and the white
Yep.
people in the world that, again, you have first world problems, so you need a fucking soapbox to stand on to make yourself feel justified.
Yeah.
It's the rich kids that I have friends, very successful, rich, white, older men, women, whatever, and their younger daughters, liberal in college or whatever, and they're talking about how, the plight of the disenfranchised or the minorities and this and that, and how, they feel guilty for having so much shit. And my friend, who's a very good friend to me, he goes, I never graduated high school. I grew up poor as shit, not a pot to piss in. I had 4 brothers, 2 of them are dead, 1 of them's in jail. I'm the only person in my family to make something of myself. The fuck do you have to feel guilty for? I wasn't handed shit. Because you were handed shit from me, you feel guilty. But guess what? I fucking kicked and scraped and saved and did everything I could besides fucking sucking dick on the side of the road to make a living for you and your mother and your sister. And you want to feel guilty for that? And you want to give that away? Or you want to give up your scholarship to someone who's poor or something like that? He goes, I appreciate the sentiment, but keep that shit to yourself.
Facts.
He
It's
goes,
more hurtful,
because-
probably.
Exactly. He goes, your shitting on all the hard work that I did like it was nothing. Like I was handed this. He goes, I killed myself for you, and you're going to feel guilt for that?
Yeah.
And again, you have...
It's a slap in the face. That's what that is.
And on the flip side of that coin, you have minorities that'll use that as a crutch. Oh, well, this or that. I was poor. I was treated unfairly. So was I. You know? When I grew up in CI, I wasn't black enough for the black kids. When I went to St. Anthony's, I was fucking too black for anybody. I had people tell me like, oh, we're having a party, but yeah, I don't know if you're allowed, my dad's gonna let you at my house. I'm like,
that's so strange.
Crazy. But like, I had never experienced anything like that before. Like, I'll never forget, where was I? Oh, I think 11th grade playing football, or 10th grade playing football. We're going to Brooklyn to play Mount St. Michael. And there's black squirrels in the city. I'd never seen a black squirrel before. And one of the kids goes, damn, even the squirrels are niggas out here.
Damn.
And everybody starts laughing and shit. And I'm like, what do I do? Do I get up and do I punch this kid in the face? Do I flip the fuck out? Like, what do I say? Like, and this is a friend of mine. He goes, oh, I'm just kidding. I don't mean it like that.
No, that's fucked, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, but how do you handle that? Like, are you going to be an animal? Are you going to fucking rage? Are you going to flip the fuck out? Do you pull them aside and say, yo, I don't think that was funny? Like, but these are all the things I dealt with growing up. So my sensitivity levels are down. I have thick skin. I don't take shit personal. I've had every kind of joke. And, I've made every kind of joke. I was just on the phone with my boy, Mike Perry. I don't know if you know. You do?
Maybe. Probably.
Whatever. We were talking
probably
about
by face.
We were talking about something. And he's like, oh, I met this person and blah, blah, blah. And, they're, both Italians or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm like two Gindaloons. You guys can have a great time together. He's my best friend in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Do you think I fucking have any problem or any racist bones in my fucking body?
Yes,
of course not.
You do. Oh, you hate him.
God
You're pretending for years.
Did. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Pretending for years to like him.
Like, and he'll say the same thing. He'll be like, or whatever, like, oh, yo, you see these niggas the other day on the corner with their fucking, brand new Benz? But it just rolls off the tongue. It's not a negative slur towards a black person. And the person he's talking about probably wasn't even black. It's just a figure of slang that he used in the heat of the moment or the dialogue of the conversation. And if you get sensitive over all that shit, you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose... You ever watch the Chappelle Show back in the day?
When
Keeping It Real goes wrong?
Hell yeah.
And everyone else gets a handshake, and he goes to give Dave Chappelle a pound.
Yeah.
And he goes, damn, I got the best job in the world in corporate. He's like, how do I handle this?
And he grabs him.
He's like, fuck you giving me a pound for? You can't shake my hand like everybody else?
Dude, the best.
But like...
I love Chappelle because he could make fun of everybody.
Right.
And it was, dude, he would make fun of white people. I would laugh.
Yeah.
I thought it was hysterical.
But it's all in how you take it.
Yeah.
And if someone says some dumb shit that you find offensive, do you want to throw your life away for it? Do you want to go shoot this person? Do you want to kick the shit out of him? Or do you want to be like, fucking asshole, roll your eyes and walk away?
Option B.
Yeah.
Option B.
Exactly. Because if you did that every time, you'd be in jail and everyone else would be living their life happy and fine.
I don't know how to follow that up. That was a great dude. That was a great little segment, man. First off, I had no idea that you had African American, that you were half African. Is that what it is? Half African American.
I'm half black, half white.
Half black, half
and people
white.
People are like, what kind of white? I'm like, I don't know, fucking white. I don't dissect it into little itty bitty groups.
What kind of white?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, white.
I don't know. The cream's in there.
Yeah,
the
what's
creamer.
your dad? He's black. Like where? From where? I'm like, from fucking Mississippi black. African American, white American. That's all I am. I'm an American citizen. That's what I am. Half black, half white. As fucking probably American as it gets because I'm a mix of everything.
I love that.
Of what this country is built on.
I fucking love that, man.
Yeah.
You're great.
So that, that's why when you talk about things like that, I tell people, like, I feel like I have a good insight into that chapter in American history or that whatever you want to call it.
Literally, you've experienced both sides of it.
100%. I've been, picked on, I got sliced up when I was a kid, across my arm right here and across my hand by some black kid, bully kid from CI that was trying to rob me because I was too white for the group I was hanging out with. Like, because I wasn't hard and I wasn't this and I wasn't that. And I had to constantly fight, constantly picked on, constantly had to prove how tough I was. And then I went to St. Anthony's and it was like, everyone's clutching their pockets and their wallets.
Culture shock.
Yeah. Like, they treated me like I was, like, straight out of Compton.
It's so weird. Because, dude, I would have never even thought that you were black. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I saw you in school, wouldn't even have... Not that it would have anyway. I'm just saying. It's like...
That's the worst part because people speak freely when they don't know.
Yeah.
People tell you how they really feel. They make the comments that they wouldn't make in front of you if they knew what you were.
That's true.
And then you're like, oh, word? All right. And now you're put in a position where, like... like, yo, one of my boys, you know, he's a good guy, whatever. I'm not going to say he's my boy. I shouldn't say that, but he's a friend.
Acquaintance.
Yeah. We're training one day, and he's like, yo, I'm dating this chick, blah, 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 telling me all about it. He goes, but I broke my golden rule. I said I would never date a girl who dates niggas.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, yo, you know I'm half black, right? He goes, oh, word? I didn't know that. He goes, well, you know what I mean. I didn't mean it like that.
No, you did.
I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you meant it like that.
I mean, you meant it like you were disgusted by this girl because she dated a black
that
guy.
she slept with the black guy,
Yeah.
or that she was
Right.
romantically intimate
Yeah.
with one.
I said, that's exactly how you meant it.
God.
Again, I could have fucked him up right there, but what would that have done?
Nothing.
Like, I just made him feel like such shit about himself,
Yeah.
and that was enough.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, oh, damn, you know that I'm black.
Right.
What? And then he's probably backtracking. And
Yeah, of course.
He felt mad awkward.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
that was enough.
Yeah.
That was worse than punching him in his face. That was anything because he felt like a dick. And then again, he kisses my ass all the time, trying to make it like, yo, we're best friends and this and that. And I'm like, bro, I get it. You said what you said. It is what it is. Like, I don't really give a fuck about you one way or the other, but now I know how you feel about certain issues.
Now I know where you stand.
Right. Is that going to make me hate you? No. Is that going to make me maybe keep you at arm's length? Yes. Is that going to make me realize that you're not the kind of person that I want to fuck with on a regular basis?
That I want on in the immediate circle.
Right. But you can live your life around me, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And you're entitled to feel however you want to feel. I will never, ever, ever tell anyone they can't feel a certain way. I just won't fuck with you if you feel a way I don't like.
Facts.
That's good enough for me.
Dave, fucking awesome, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, dude, you're awesome. Give me some skin on that one. Listen, we didn't get into the personal training side or prepping side, which
Yeah.
I want to. Listen, that's an open invite for you to come back
Yeah,
now.
anytime, bro.
That's an open invite for you to come back now that you got the feel for everything.
Yeah, I had a
this
great
and that. How can people find you? If somebody doesn't follow you currently, how can they see your stuff, talk to you if they have questions or they want to get coaching?
Obviously, the biggest way to reach out to me is social media, Instagram.
Yeah, that's the way I'm usually.
Yeah.
No cell phones. Marina almost gave her. She's
really?
like, should I give my cell phone? Because she was talking about breast cancer. She's like, I said, no, please don't. People be hitting you up to date you.
Yeah,
Please don't
seriously.
give your cell phone out. So,
But yeah, social media, Mr. _ Center _ Stage _ my email's on there. But honestly, most people reach out to me through that. But if you do know me personally, you want to hit me up on my cell phone, you have my number, that means that we're on that level. I'm more than happy to do that. And if anybody reaches out to you, you can point them in the right direction.
fuck yeah, man. Listen, absolute pleasure. I appreciate you coming
Absolutely,
down.
man.
This is definitely a little trip for you to come out to Roslyn, but you were.
I cleared my whole goddamn day for this.
Do you hear
I was
this?
like, yo, whatever it takes. You said, how's 2? I said, fine. How's 3?
I had to
How's
get. Well, I
5?
knew you were going to be leaner than me as usual, so I had to get a lineup. I had to look fresh and clean.
Why do you
man.
think I made it on Friday, bro?
Dude, I love you, man. I appreciate you. You're the
You
shit,
too, brother. Thank you so much.
On that note, episode 19, guys. Kenji's up now. He just finished his nap. Share the podcast, like it, comment, subscribe, all that goodness, and peace.
See you guys later.